The matter of Hendricks versus Stone. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, ma'am. Have a seat.
Mr. Hendricks, you worked for a period of time in Mr. Stone's restaurant.
Yes, that's correct.
And Mr. Stone made arrangements for his employees to store their clothes in lockers downstairs in the basement.
Yes.
And then one day there was a flood in the basement. Some pipes burst. And you were told to run downstairs and get your things. You did. And they were all wet.
That's correct.
And so, lawsuit is you want Mr. Stone to pay for your clothes because subsequently you were let go.
Right.
Of the restaurant.
I got fired over that because specifically I asked him about who's going to pay me for my damaged clothing. That's the terms I got fired for.
What is that that's there, sir?
These are the clothes, Your Honor.
So you left the clothes there?
Yeah, I left them there. I didn't want them.
Why?
Because they was damaged. They was old. I got pictures here proving that my stuff had all types of stuff on it.
Could I see those sneakers, please?
Your Honor, them sneakers was brand new. I only wore them twice. In the pictures I got stuff showing on my sneakers.
These look perfectly fine, sir. Why don't you take a look at them?
I take a look at them. But they washed them, though. They had washed my stuff. These was washed.
Is anything wrong with those sneakers? I don't understand. Could you take a look? I'm not a major sneaker person.
The point is, Your Honor, my stuff was wet. They was ruined. I got pictures to show you the stuff that was on my sneakers.
I got teenage boys.
And?
My expertise in this matter is not limited. They look good to me.
They look good to you. Give them back to him.
And at the same time,
I'm going to take a look at your pictures, sir. Could I see the rest of his clothes, please? This is your cap, sir?
Right. You don't wash Yankee fitted hats. Not a wool one.
Hat might need a little work.
How much did you pay for the cap, sir?
$22.
And what about this?
That's my Rockaway book bag.
That looks perfectly fine to me.
Yeah, because all the stuff was washed.
Well, so what? Of course you wash it.
Well, why should I wash something that I'm not at fault for when they ruined it?
Is that okay?
Smells greasy.
Smells greasy?
Yeah.
And what about these things?
Those are my jeans.
Okay. These look all right to you? I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
Come on, son. You still see the stains in the knee parts and stuff like that.
Let me ask you this question, sir. How much did you pay for your jeans and this T-shirt?
My jeans was $48. I bought those out in Florida.
Yeah, go ahead.
And my sneakers right here.
Forget the sneakers. You have the sneakers.
Okay.
What else?
My book bag and my T-shirt.
How much was your duffel bag?
My bag was, I paid, what, $20 for that?
Okay, so altogether you have $100 worth of stuff, okay? Now let me ask you this question, because you asked me a very good question, Mr. Hendricks, and you say, why should I let it go if he just washed the stuff? Because that's what they told you. You are an employee of Mr. Stone?
I'm the general manager.
What kind of restaurant is this?
A sandwich shop.
How long have you been working for Mr. Stone?
I've been working there before they even opened the doors. I was in
how
there.
Long?
Let's say we opened up in May, June, July, August, September, about 5 months.
What were you doing there?
What was I doing? What was my duties there? I was sandwich finisher. I made sandwiches.
Did they pay on time?
Did they pay on time?
Why do you keep asking me the question?
They did. Yes, they did.
Listen to me. Listen to me. When you ask a question, you're thinking about an answer. I don't want you to think about an answer. If I say to you, were you paid on time, the answer is either yes or no.
Yes, I was.
Okay. And how much did you make a week?
Say like 125.
How many hours did you work a day?
How many hours I work a day? 7 hours.
Now, according to what you said to me, you left this job because of these clothes.
No, I did not leave that job because of those clothes. She fired me.
Because of these clothes?
Exactly. Because
okay.
I came...
She fired you because you got into an argument over the clothes?
Correct.
All right. Where are you working now?
Right now, I'm not working.
After you left them, did you work anyplace else?
No, I still have not been working.
Is that because you couldn't find another job or you chose to take a vacation?
No, it's because right now, I just had, at the time, I just had a 3-month-old, I got a 3-month-old son. And when I lost my job, I mean, me or my girl had to find a job. She found the job, so right now, I got my son, but I have been looking for jobs, though.
So you're not looking for work because you're a house baby's daddy?
No, I'm not a house baby daddy. I'm looking for a job right now, I just haven't found one.
When you want to be responsible, Mr. Hendricks, you don't give up a job that you've had for 5 months where you're making a steady paycheck when you have a brand new baby over nonsense, over a baseball cap. Do you understand? You don't leave a job over nonsense when you have a responsibility, when you make a baby.
I didn't leave that job.
You had a fight with her about your clothes.
I didn't fight with her. She fought with me. Your Honor, she fought with me. When I came inside...
Just a minute. Mr. Hendricks, I read your answer. You said, I don't want to wash my clothes. You said, I want you to buy me new ones. And she said, I'm not buying you new ones. Go take them to the laundromat on our dime and wash them and see if they come out okay. And you said, no, I'm not taking them to the laundromat. What I'm telling you, Mr. Hendricks, is you want to play in a big boys league. You want to be a father. You want to make babies. You can't be an idiot. You can't get into a fight over nonsense if you have a job that you've had for 5 months.
Your Honor, I didn't get into a fight. I didn't come inside the place, you know what I'm saying, rowdy or whatever. She came at me. She came at me. She asked me, did I want my things? I said, no, I don't want them. I said, because they was ruined. I said, I'm not about to wash those. First of all, I don't wash sneakers, Your Honor. If I sign for a new pair, I just buy a pair. And I only had wore these twice.
You must be a very rich person.
Nah, I'm not rich at all. That's the whole reason why I'm here. Because at times it's hard right now. I got a son. I can't just go out and buy these again.
Then you should have a job.
I would have kept my job. She told me don't come back. She told me, you know what? We don't need you here. Leave. Don't come back.
for non-payment of services rendered. Daniel claims he was the DJ at Gina's wedding and has yet to be paid.
Mr. Prado, it is your claim that the defendant owes you for performing DJ services at her wedding. You performed those services according to you. She didn't pay you, and you want your money. Ms. Hawkins says that you were a guest at her wedding, that there was never any agreement to pay you for the DJ services. That was sort of a gift. That's your defense. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
When were you married?
June 19th.
Where?
At the Holiday Inn Airport.
When did you take the venue for the wedding? Just a second. We're going to need that fly swatter here. Yes.
On 03/04 of 04.
March of 04. So 3 months in advance.
Well, that was the last payment.
Go. Give it to me. You're not fast enough.
You were talking to him.
Okay. So you bought a wedding dress?
Yes, ma'am.
And when did you order that?
About a year and a half.
And when did you order your invitations?
6 months prior, I believe.
And how much in advance did you send out the invitations?
6 or 8 weeks in advance.
Okay, so I have a little background now. When were you contacted by Miss Hawkins with regard to providing DJ services?
About a week before the wedding, she called me and said, I don't have a DJ, I need the DJ. Do you think you'll be able to do it? And how much would you charge me for doing it?
How did you know her?
Something to say there?
Well, we've been college friends. We've known each other for about 4 years.
Were you invited to the wedding?
I did get an invitation on May the 11th.
Had you responded?
Yes, I did tell her that I would go.
How come you called a week before? You didn't have music for the wedding?
No, I didn't call a week before. He came over to my house in, I believe, March. In our dining room, with my husband as a witness, said that he would do the DJing as a wedding gift.
Had you ever heard him do his DJ bit before?
I knew he had other DJ projects, and we were friends, and it's something he wanted to do for me, and I agreed.
And that was 3 months before the wedding?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Mr. Prado.
Your Honor, during that time that she's talking about, I went to go and visit with her when she came into town, and she was talking about the wedding, but there was never a mention of me DJing at the party. She said she was going to find somebody else because she wanted me to be a guest at her wedding. So,
okay.
You know.
So tell me about the contract that you had, Mr. Prado.
Well, like I said, she called about a week, and she told me, you know, can you do this? What kind of rate would you be able to give me? I said, well, I'll give you a $300 package, which includes DJing, lighting, everything included, for $300.
And she said okay.
And she said okay.
And you say that was never the discussion. The
No.
discussion was before in your kitchen,
ma'am.
3 months before. He would like to do it. And you said fine, okay. You discussed it with your fiance. That was good.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have a videotape according to your answer that you want me to see?
Yes, and I also have pictures here that shows that he was dancing with my maid of honor, which he also dedicated a song called Baby Back,
I don't care.
which was definitely inappropriate.
Listen,
to
I have things to do. You want to show me the video?
Yes.
No.
Show me the video.
And this shows him acting unprofessionally.
Listen
and as a
to me.
guest.
I have eyes. I can see.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't editorialize. I'm not interested.
In the video, you can see him doing.
Oh, I love it. No, he's back there. That's very nice. He's just sort of encouraging everybody to dance. That's wonderful. And everybody looks like they're having a great time.
No, he's actually on the dance floor.
Listen to me. Who is that?
This is my husband, and he's throwing the garter. His uninvited brother catches the garter.
I don't care. Now turn it off. It's enough, please. It's enough. Mr. Prado.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen to me very carefully, sir. This is not a very difficult case. This is a case that deals with common sense. You know all the questions I asked Mrs. Hawkins before? This was a very well-planned wedding. She ordered her dress a year and a half in advance. She took the hall a year in advance. She ordered her invitations well in advance. And if I were to believe your story, I would have to believe that she waited until a week before her wedding to take care of the second most important thing after the groom that a bride thinks about, which is the music. Maybe the third, second being the dress. And Miss Hawkins seems like a very organized lady. She ordered everything well in advance, including the music. This is not a lady that waits until a week before to solidify the music for her wedding, Mr. Prado. Do we understand each other?
I understand, Your Honor.
Good. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. That's case number 64 on the calendar in the matter of Buck versus Westfall. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Buck, in what state do you reside, sir?
Oregon.
I assume it is legal in Oregon, in the state where you reside, for you to enter into a contract in order to provide you with medicinal marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
Which you say you need because you are ill and you take it for medical reasons.
Yes, ma'am.
It is your claim that you entered into a contract with Mr. Westfall for him to provide you with marijuana, which was prescribed by your doctor for you, and that he breached that contract, did not provide you with the marijuana. You had given him a certain amount of money. Not only do you want that money back, but you want other non-specific damages, because you say that because of his breach, you were not provided with the marijuana, you suffered physically as a result of that, and you want him to pay damages.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, what's the nature of your illness, sir?
I'm paraplegic. I also have stress-related seizures, and I have extreme muscle spasms because of the paralysis.
And for how long have you been under doctor's care, part of which is the use of marijuana?
For a little over a year.
And how often are you supposed to use marijuana?
5 to 6 times a day.
Where did you meet Mr. Westfall?
I met him at a medical cannabis awards that was going on in Portland, Oregon.
When?
In the 22nd of November of last year.
And when did you enter into the agreement with him?
We signed the transfer papers on the 25th, and he started to grow in the garden for me on the 28th.
Can I see the papers that you signed? What is a transfer agreement?
Giving him the legal right to grow the medicine for me.
It's called a change request form, and what this is a form that illustrates, or it tells people where the cannabis is going to be grown. It's going to be telling who the cannabis is growing it, and he signed this on the 7th of January. Legally,
just a minute.
I cannot grow any medicine until that's signed and given to DHS.
When did you terminate your relationship with him?
March 29th.
So approximately little less than 3 months.
Correct.
According to you, since he signed this agreement. Right? Now, he says he signed it in the end of November.
That's his signature.
Who filled this out? Here?
We filled in 2 of those request forms. The first one that we filled out, Your Honor, he was living at his mother's address, which is not the same address that was there. In January, on the 9th, we moved the garden from his mother's house into his new home that he just moved to.
Okay, the reason I'm asking you that question, Mr. Westfall, the reason I'm asking you that question, Mr. Westfall, is I read your answer very carefully, and your answer said that your agreement was that you would grow this marijuana for him between 4 and 6 months from the day you executed the agreement. And if I believed what you tell me, that this was the date that he signed the agreement, and you couldn't start growing until he signed the agreement, that was less than 3 months.
Correct.
So he is correct that you signed your original agreement sometime in November.
That's right, because
we moved.
We moved. I moved, and we had to fill out a new caregiver form for the new address. So he is correct.
There was another agreement other than this one.
Yes, he is correct.
Okay. So you started to give him money. How much money did you give him after you signed the original agreement?
$425 over a period of 4 months.
Is that correct, Mr. Westfall?
That's perjury, and that's a flagrant lie.
You just asked me yes or no. That's not correct. Show me a canceled check, sir.
He asked for cash. He didn't want anything in paper. These are the dates and the amounts I wrote in a journal as soon as he left my house. Every payment was made at my house, and my wife was
How much did he give you, Mr. Westfall?
He gave me $50 a month plus $20 on top of that twice, and he said he gave me, my mother, $50 for her electricity.
Look at me.
He gave her $50. He said he gave her $50 on the 4th of January. He paid the $70 plus the $70, and then another $50. $170 is what he paid.
That would be $190.
But I don't know if that other $50 is there.
That would be $190 so far. He says $420. Okay, and then what happened, Mr. Buck?
Come the 27th, I was supposed to have my medicine delivered to me on the 28th of March. On the 27th...
Just a second. Who said so?
The gardener, Gordon. He told me that my crop would be in. The first time it was February, then it was the 18th of March. Then it went from the 18th to the 28th.
Of March?
Of March. Then
Yes.
come the 27th of March, I called his house to ask him what time he would be coming over on the 28th. He said that he needed another 2 weeks, which is over and over again the same excuse.
Okay.
So I asked him if I could please come out and see the garden, because after 5 months I had not been allowed to see it.
Wasn't 5 months.
4 months.
Right. Don't.
And so he refused to let me. And then that night, about 5.5 hours later, he brought this one plant over to me, and it was nothing like it was supposed to have been. He also brought me this paper to sign that was handwritten by him, suggesting that I asked him to bring the plants to me when I never did. I asked to see the garden. And also with that is a picture of the plant that he did bring me, and there's 2 pictures of a plant that should have been what it looked like at that stage.
Okay, so tell me what happened, Mr. Westfall.
What happens, like I said, we met.
Don't just tell me what happened with his plant.
What happened was...
You started to grow his marijuana sometime in late November, because that's when you signed the original agreement. Okay, now we're in March. We're at the end of March.
So we moved the plants into the new home, went through a shock. My daughter got sick because of the mold that was going through the air, so I had to move those plants into another space on the property.
Now, when did you communicate the fact that because of your own family problems, you had to move the marijuana plant?
Well, it wasn't because I had to move the plants.
Listen to me. When did you communicate?
The 28th. The
28th of what?
The 29th.
Of what month?
March 29th.
Well, when did you actually move the plants, Mr. Westfall?
The plants were already moved 2 months before that.
Just a minute. Did you tell him that you moved the plants that were supposed to be his went into shock?
Yes, but that was because of a light problem that we had, unforeseen light problem.
I don't care what your problems are, sir. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm asking you when you communicated that fact to Mr. Buck. In March?
March.
Or in March? Well, that's wrong, Mr. Westfall.
I was in
That's wrong, Mr. Westfall.
Richard Buck Sr. says horticulturist Gordon Westfall didn't deliver his medical marijuana plants as promised.
If because of your own family problems, your daughter's problems, mold problems, whatever problems, you could not complete your contract in a timely fashion, it was your responsibility as a caregiver to advise Mr. Buck that he couldn't have his contracted for medicine because of your problems. You chose not to do that. That's not fair, sir.
But that isn't right. The reason why we had the delay was on the 29th. I called him and I said we had a lighting problem that put the plants back 4 to 6 weeks.
You had problems with it before. That's what you just told me. Don't try to dance around that.
Not for the flowering plants.
Not for the flowering plants. What are you growing, gardenias, sir?
There's 3 different stages of growth. There's the propagation stage where you clone and you grow for 21 days or so, and that will get your roots. After that, you grow for 3 months in the vegetative state, which allows it to get tall enough to be put into the flowering state, in which I have a video of the...
I'm not interested.
...of the plant.
You're fast-talking me, sir.
And when
You're fast-talking me.
You cannot have any light on those flowers for the 70 days that you flower them. And there was a lighting problem, and that's what was the problem.
Who caused the lighting problem?
There just was a the timer.
What do you mean? No?
The timer didn't go off.
Whose fault is that?
It's a timer, the manufacturer, obviously.
No, sir, that's your responsibility. You're supposed to be watching the store.
Every day I go in there.
Well, then it's your responsibility. Mr. Westfall, you do not deny that you had a verbal contract to provide these plants for him.
Correct.
I think that you're doing a lot of fast talking, sir. I don't know what you did with the plants. I don't know if you sold the marijuana to somebody who was paying you more money. I haven't the foggiest idea what you did. But you breached a verbal agreement to provide him with something that the state of Oregon says that he is permitted to have in order to ameliorate a physical condition. He contracted that you should provide for him, and I find that there is absolutely no excuse for you not providing for it in a timely fashion. Now, how long did it take you, sir, to get the medicinal marijuana that you need?
I haven't gotten any from Gordon at all.
Not from him.
I've had to ask for donations, and there's not always available, so I've had to do it.
You had to ask for donations, so you want your money back.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's all that you're going to get, sir, and I find that you gave him $425, although he says no, but you're certainly not going to get any other damages because you've been provided with it, even though you had to ask for it. as a favor, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $425. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
$150. He's suing me for $400. He's a liar.
He told me he was doing this for the good karma in his soul, but then turned around to try to charge me over and over and over again for money and then lied about it himself.
He required and made me give him his plants after he yelled and called my pregnant wife names on the phone.
100% of the time it happens just before the medicine is to be delivered, and they're looking at all this money, and that's what the greed is usually what takes people.
I ended up cutting off my relationship with him. I gave him his plants, and that was it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Halsell versus Thompson, step forward, please.
19-year-old marketing researcher Tracy Halsell is suing his former friend, 24-year-old hairstylist Antonio Thompson, for damages to his apartment. Antonio says Tracy slept with his girlfriend.
Mr. Halsell, the defendant used to be a friend of yours, and he was also your roommate. According to you, he moved in with you into your home. Is that right?
Correct.
And there was some sort of a falling out, and you claim that your house was burglarized and vandalized, some property destroyed, and you believe that the defendant is responsible for that. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
He says he had nothing to do with this burglary. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
When did he move in with you?
At the beginning of August, around the 13th.
And when did he move out?
Around October, the middle of October.
And when was your house vandalized?
Around the time that he moved out, because I never...
Well, give me the date, sir.
I don't know the exact date.
Well, you have to have the exact date, sir.
Because he came back to get his stuff. So the day that I put him out was like the 8th, because that was on the police report. But the day that he came back to get all of his stuff was in between that day and the 15th.
Where's the police report?
The police report is in my luggage that I lost at the airport, along with some pictures.
What kind of damage was done to your apartment?
My TV, it seemed like that he just took a stick or a bat.
Don't tell me what he did. I asked you what kind of damage was done to the apartment.
My vases were destroyed that were given to me by my mother. Customized television was destroyed. Also a dining room table and a few holes in the wall that were fixed because I had insurance on the apartment.
Now, why do you think Mr. Thompson, when he moved out, would do such a thing?
The day that he was initially not planning on returning, I slept with his girlfriend, so...
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How much damage did you suffer from Mr. Halsell?
Over $1,500.
See what happens when you allow your body to be ruled by something other than your brain, sir?
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tracy Halsell claims former friend Antonio Thompson trashed his apartment. Antonio says Tracy slept with his girlfriend.
He found you with his girlfriend? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
She's still your girlfriend?
Mm-mm.
What's her name?
Amy.
Who was this?
This is the neighbor. This is my neighbor. He saw Tony come in and out the house. And when Tony left the house, he went into the house to see the damage that was done to my property by Tony. So he called me on my cell phone, and then that's when I returned back to the home.
So when you made the police report, you told the police that you had a witness and that it was Mr. Thompson who had done the damage to the apartment?
Yes.
Step up here. Tell me your name.
Anthony Coleman.
Did you speak to the police?
Yes, I did.
When?
Like right after the incident when Mr. Halsell had returned to the apartment.
And did the police officer write down what you were saying?
Yes.
And you told him that you had seen Mr. Thompson?
Yes, coming in. He went in the house, and that's when I first saw him. And like when he left, that's when I went to the apartment and checked it out, and that's when all the property was damaged.
Did the police speak to you, Mr. Thompson?
No, ma'am.
That's odd.
He's lying.
That's very odd that the police didn't speak to you.
Right.
Once he gave me the description of what he had on and everything, because the police also asked for a description of him, he was called later on that day. The police contacted me immediately and asked me what he looked like, if I can identify him. I told the police officer I could identify him. I went to District 1 Police Station, and it was him.
Yes?
I was never arrested.
Were you taken into custody?
No.
So what you're telling me, Mr. Thompson, is that Mr. Halsell?
Yes, ma'am.
Never spoke to the police and gave them your description, and you were never taken into custody. You were never taken down to the precinct and at least spoken to by a police officer. That never happened. Is that what you're telling me?
They never contacted me.
They never contacted you at all with regard to this. That's what you're telling me. And if the plaintiff can produce at some point the documents from the police department indicating that you were in fact taken into custody, then that would mean you were lying. Is that right?
Correct.
And you understand that if you lie about one thing, I can conclude that you lie about everything. You understand that?
Correct.
Oh, then this is going to be an easy case for me. And it's your statement, Mr. Thompson, that you had absolutely nothing to do with the destruction that took place in his apartment.
No, not at all.
Now, when you went to retrieve your property, sir, I assume that he said to you, get your stuff out?
No, that's not how it went.
Well, how did it happen?
When I came home, him and my girlfriend were laying in the bed, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he seen me, but I know she seen me because I walked out and then she tried to come out to reconcile and explain herself, whatever, and I just left it alone. I left my key to the apartment on the speaker, which was right next to the door. Then I didn't talk to him. Maybe like 2 or 3 days later, he called me to ask me what was going on and why hadn't I been home, whatever. Why did I leave my key there? And then I explained it to him. And
he called to ask you why you didn't come over? The girl didn't come back and say...
I don't know what she did. She got in her car when I left.
You mean she jumped up out of bed naked and ran out into the street and jumped into her car?
When I left out the room, she jumped out of the bed with him and she grabbed her clothes right there and was trying to explain herself to me or whatever.
And you didn't speak to her at all when she got into her car?
I spoke to her for a second outside.
You know, and you said what?
I asked her what was going on. She was just trying to tell me that it's just something that happened is what she tried to say. Well,
okay.
I just left it alone because she wasn't that important.
Okay, now what happened when you went back to your property? Was any property of his in the house destroyed?
No, when I went back the 3 days later or whatever, he had called me and I told him that I was going to come and get the rest of my things at his house, whatever. So when I went over there, he was there because I gave him my key and he let me in. And I got all of my things out of there and I left.
And you never went back?
Me and him.
So this gentleman is mistaken when he says that you went back there afterwards. He's mistaken.
Right.
And you did speak to the police?
Yes, I did.
And gave them your name?
Yes.
And they wrote down what you said?
Yes.
How much damage did you suffer from Mr. Halsell?
Over $1,500 in damaging.
Okay, see what happens when you allow your body to be ruled by something other than your brain, sir?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Also,
so this is what we're going to do, Mr. Halsell. I am provisionally granting you a judgment in the amount of $1,500 on condition that the court receive within 5 days photographs of the damage as well as the police report indicating prompt outcry on the specific date that you indicated, and the fact that Mr. Thompson was in fact taken into the police station and questioned with regard to this incident. Is that fair, Mr. Thompson?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That's the judgment of the court. Get me the documents. Thank you, Mr. Halsell. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. Step out. Your Honor, this is case number 423 on the calendar in the matter of Jasinski versus Shepard. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, ladies. Have seats, please.
Ms. Jasinski, according to your complaint, you brought your dog into the defendant's salon to board for a while. You couldn't take care of him. And when you finally decided you wanted him back, she wouldn't return your dog. You wanted the dog back, or you want to be compensated financially for him. Why did you find it necessary to relinquish custody of your dog in the first place?
Because I was financially having trouble, but rather than just give him away or find him a new home, I wanted to work through the problems I was having.
So you're having financial difficulty?
I had just went through a divorce, and I was trying to get restabilized.
How did you know the defendant?
I knew her only through the fact that she had a salon and that she raised standard poodles.
This is Standard Poodle. You have a picture of him?
Yes.
I'd like to see him.
The black, the miniature poodle is about 16 years old.
And you kept the other one?
Yes.
Why couldn't you keep the bigger one with you?
Cole was living outdoors at the time, and he had a long coat. It was in the summer, and I was having problems with providing grooming at that time. And that's one reason I went to her, because she is a groomer. And she offered to take care of him, and then I would reimburse her when I picked him up.
First of all, when did you bring the dog to Miss Shepard?
I'm not actually sure the exact date. It was between...
When was it?
The 12th of May.
Had you ever groomed the dog for her before?
No.
Never taken care of the dog for her before?
No, ma'am.
So you were strangers. So you were strangers, and she, according to you, you brought the dog there just to babysit for the dog.
I am a groomer. I could not groom him because I did not have equipment to do so. But it goes beyond just the grooming part. He needed, care that I was not able to give him.
What
at
kind
the
of
time.
care?
He needed to be indoors, for one thing. He was an indoor dog.
I don't understand why he was living outdoors.
Because I was living where I could not keep him indoors.
So what you're telling me is that this dog was neglected.
No.
If a dog is living outside, and a standard poodle requires grooming, otherwise they get matted.
Right, he was not matted. His condition of his coat was long because I kept him long, and in that picture he has a long coat.
Okay. Tell me your conversation when you brought the dog to Miss Shepherd.
We did not conversate that much. I took the dog in. She knew my situation.
No, tell me what you said to her then on the phone. I have to know what your conversation was with her. I have two different versions of the conversation.
Okay. On the phone, it was that I was having trouble with him and that he needed some more care than I was able to give him at that time. I took him into her.
And what did she say to you?
She said that she could take care of him. She told me that I could bring him in. When I left him, we did not talk. I signed a paper saying my name and my phone number, and I left. I went back 2 days later, and we discussed what was going to happen with his care.
What was the discussion 2 days later?
The discussion was that since I was having trouble, she would keep him until I was able to get back on my feet. And
why would she do that for you? She's a perfect stranger to you.
She offered to take him. I would have to pay for his feed, for his vet expenses, and for grooming.
So did you do that?
When I came back, I asked her frequently how much he would be.
No. When you left the dog, did you give her any money?
No.
Did you give her any money the next week?
When I went to go pick him up, I was supposed to pay. I did keep in touch with her, and I did ask her regularly how much he would be. And she said we would have to see at the end.
Okay. There came a time, according to your complaint, that you wanted the dog back. When was that?
That was on June 28th.
Tell me about it.
I got back into town. I had went to Florida, and this was part of getting back on my feet. I had helped with a land sale in Florida. In that land sale, I received a finder's fee. I got back in town and called her on June 28th, and I have phone records to most of our conversations.
When did you leave town?
I left May 21st, I believe.
Between May 21st and June 28th, how many times did you contact Miss Shepherd?
About 5 times that I have phone records for.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and I told her I was coming in, asked her once again how much he would be, and she said, he's $1,000 or you could just come sign him over. And I told her I did not want to sign him over.
Okay, Miss Shepherd.
Dana first contacted the shop, and my bather answered the phone, and the request was, I know that Annette has standard poodles. She takes very good care of her dogs. I need her to find a home for my dog. I can't take care of him.
She didn't have this conversation with you. She had it with somebody else.
With my witness.
Could you step up, please? Tell me your name.
Stacy Lewis.
You bathe the dogs? Is that
Yes.
what you are? She said you're a bather.
Yes.
I assume you bathe something other than yourself.
Correct.
Okay.
And I also help out in the shop. We sold merchandise.
Do you remember when the conversation took place
Yes,
with
ma'am.
Ms. Jasinski?
Yes, ma'am.
When was it?
It was about 3 days prior to her bringing in the dog. The first conversation with her that I had was over the phone. She called, wanted to speak with Annette. Annette wasn't in at the time. So I asked her, could I help her? And she stated to me, I have a dog that I need Annette to take for me. When we hear stuff like that, we refer them to her cell phone because it's an important call. And that was the end of our conversation. The second time she came into the shop, it was about 2 days later. And she came into the shop, and I asked her, could I help her? She said, I need to speak with Annette. Annette was out doing banking at that time.
When she came and asked for Annette, did she ask for her by name or did she ask for the owner of the shop?
She asked for Annette by
How
name.
did you know her name?
Because the name of her shop is Annette's Pet Parlor.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Now, that time when she came in, she came all the way up into the grooming facility beyond the shop and stuff, and I said, can I help you? Annette's not in. She said, I have a dog that Annette's supposed to be finding a home for. I need to get in touch with Annette. I said, well, she's out running around. I said, either call her on her cell phone or try back in an hour. And that was the end of our conversations.
Okay. It was the next day that she brought the dog in?
Yes, she brought the dog on May the 12th.
Okay. Have a seat, Ms. Lewis.
And I was there. The dog was in very bad shape. He was extremely matted, hadn't been groomed in probably 5 to 6 months, which for a standard poodle is not a good thing. We talked. She asked me, when you find him a home, Will you please let me know that he has a home, and if you can, let me know where he went. I said, I'd be glad to do that for you. She left the dog. I took him in. We groomed him. It took me 3 hours. Normally it takes an hour. He had cockleburs, fleas, ticks, straw, sticks in his coat. In 30 years of grooming, I've never seen a dog in this kind of shape. He was 20 pounds underweight. He was very, very sick. We did not think the dog would make it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
According to the vet, the dog was grossly underweight.
He was not underweight when I left him.
Of course he was, madam. You mean in 2 days the dog lost 20 pounds?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dana Jasinski says pet stylist Annette Shepard refuses to return her standard poodle. Annette says Dana is a negligent pet owner.
Okay, according to the vet who saw the dog was grossly underweight because the vet says when the dog had gained sufficient weight and was able to undergo surgery, he was brought for vaccination and neutering. The veterinarian says that the dog had hookworms, whipworms, which if allowed to persist for long periods of time can be life-threatening. The vet said that the dog was so heavily infested that he required 2 treatments, not just 1. Sounds to me as if the dog was not well cared for.
Could I see that or know the date of which she took him in?
The first time was the 14th of May, and then we took him back again on the 28th of May.
Correct. 2 days after you brought the dog into her.
When I stayed in contact with her, when I talked to her, and she never said anything like this, he was not underweight when I left him.
Of course he was, madam. You mean in 2 days the dog lost 20 pounds?
No, on June 25th, I asked her if she had taken him to the vet, and she said she had not.
I don't have to tell her anything what I'm doing with the dog.
As of June 25th...
Don't argue with each other.
As of June 25th,
Listen,
she had told me...
What I'm telling you is, the dog had been neglected. And you may have been going through some serious difficulties yourself, but your dog had been neglected. Okay, when did you place this dog?
Probably within 8 weeks of when I got him.
Where did you get the dog from?
In Huntsville, Susan.
Do you have a receipt?
No, I do not.
Well, what I need is a bill for the dog, because what you're saying to me is that you want either the dog or you want the value of the dog.
To go find another standard poodle?
I don't want to know about going finding another standard poodle. I want to know how much you paid for the dog. I need that.
The dog I paid $500 for.
Okay. According to your testimony, if I believed you, you were going to pay Miss Shepard all of the vet bills, feed bills, the cost of caring for the dog. Did you ever board a dog before?
Yes. It's $10 a day and where we're from.
Who are you?
I'm her witness. I'm Julie Matthews. I'm one of her witnesses.
A witness to what?
To the incident with the dog and her calling the dog and keeping in touch with her and the phone calls that she made to the groomer. I'm a witness to that. Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Julie Matthews.
Do you have a relationship to Miss?
We're friends. And we work together.
Where do you work?
We worked at Petco during this time.
We worked together in the grooming salon.
Were you working at Petco on May 12th?
No.
They did not open until June.
The store opened in June.
Okay. You were not present during any of her conversations when she turned Cole over to Miss Shepard?
Just a witness to that she tried to get a bill from her several times, and I ended up on the phone with her myself one of those times.
What was your conversation with Miss Shepard when Miss Shepard said...
Well, she didn't know she was talking to me. She had been talking to her on the cell phone. We were at work, and she was crying on the phone. She just handed me the phone, and then I'm just listening to somebody hollering through the phone.
What was she saying?
That she can't have her dog, she can't get her bill, and we said we was going to take her to court. She's like, well, just take me to court, and then it just ended in a hang-up. So that's
you didn't say anything to me.
Yeah, but I didn't really say nothing hardly at all. Just said, we'll see you in court is basically what I said.
You can have a seat.
Could I bring one more thing up?
Sure.
Actually, there's 2 more things. This is from a poodle message board, and I was going to let you read some things that Annette had typed. And also...
Oh, she said, this letter is about you, and if she ever contacts you about a dog, I wouldn't sell her a dead rat. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, and then this is also
And?
And this was also something I had come across.
Well, what's wrong with this? She's saying that you neglected your dog, and she's a breed. Shh, shh. That's what she's saying. She's saying you neglected your dog. She's saying that she would not place any live animal with you. What is this?
That is a case I came across at the courthouse that they gave me, where she was found guilty of cruelty to animals.
That's not related to this case.
It is not related. However, it does tell her character to the fact that she had that horse in her care.
It does not tell the character.
Shh. She did her homework.
Yes, she did.
She did her homework.
The part that she didn't tell is that the person that prosecuted me is the cousin to the DA.
Well, the horse that's here doesn't look like it's in very good condition.
No, it was
I don't
not.
know.
I had contacted her to remove him from my premises, and she did not.
I don't know anything about this case, but certainly, Ms. Jasinski, you did your homework. What you didn't do was to take care of your dog.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dana Jasinski says Annette Shepard was boarding her standard poodle and refuses to give him back.
Okay, I find it really difficult to believe, being a dog owner, that you can leave a dog with a stranger for 2 months. And this isn't somebody that you know, that you had a relationship with, that you felt comfortable with. This was a stranger that you got out of the Yellow Pages. Stop playing with that, please.
Yes, ma'am.
How much do they charge to groom a standard poodle at Petco?
Depending, if you do the bath, brush out, and trim around the face, it's normally around $30.
That's very, very reasonable. Paid a lot more for my little tiny Shih Tzu.
And I charge more than that.
Okay. Now, according to your testimony, you believe that boarding should be $10 a day. I'm speaking. That's what you just told me. Your dog was there for almost 60 days. That would be $600 just to cover basic care. Now, that's $10 a day. I don't know anybody who'd take care of a big standard poodle for $10 a day. Probably more like $20 a day, which would be $1,200. Then you have a vet bill, which is here, and you have grooming. So when she said to you, your bill is $1,000, why would you even question that if she said that to you? You see, what doesn't make sense from your statement is if somebody said, well, it's $1,000, I would run in with the $1,000 and give her the $1,000 because that's a bargain.
I went to her for help with my dog. It's separate than boarding. If I had taken him in to board, and I do understand that boarding is
What do you mean you went for help? I don't understand what you mean. You went for help? She's a stranger to you. She's in business.
She knew. We talked in depth about my situation as well as Cole and about me getting Cole back.
Listen to me. I don't believe you. She's a stranger to you. She's also a dog breeder. And clearly, based upon what I read, she does some rescue of standard poodles. Now, if you're going to her as a breeder groomer, then you expect to pay. And the $1,000 that she said you owed her, $500 a month to board, take care of the dog's vet bills, take care of the parasites, take care of the grooming, that's a bargain. So when you called up and you said, listen, we were in business. I came to you in a business relationship, which is what you're telling me. $1,000, I'll be there in a half hour with $1,000. You said you just got a check. That's why you came back. You weren't having financial problem anymore. If you went to her because you said, I can't take care of my dog anymore, so I'm not coming to you as a business, reluctantly, I'd like you to find a home for my dog, that I can understand. She's a stranger. She's a stranger to you. So either it was a business relationship, and when she said the bill is $1,000, you should have been there in 5 minutes, or she was taking the dog because the dog was a severely neglected dog, and the dog had to be taken care of, physically brought up to snuff, and then placed. Did you place the dog in a good home?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. But for the fact that the plaintiff brought this action, because you have a counterclaim for all of your expenses.
Yes, ma'am.
You wouldn't have brought this counterclaim. Is that right? No, because she brought the dog into you for rescue.
Ma'am. That's correct.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. I hope that the dog now has a good home.
He
that
does.
we're going to take care of him. He's an inside dog. He should remain an inside dog. Is he a dog that you still see for grooming?
Well, no, he actually got to live in a nice home in Ohio, and he stays indoors all the time. And
how did he get to Ohio?
They came and picked him up. This is the dog now, and he is in a great home. And I also made them sign a contract. If they could never keep him, he was to be returned to me to rehome. So They drove a long way to get him.
Just show these to the plaintiff, please. Well, he looks beautiful and he looks healthy.
Yes, he's in a great place.
Certainly based upon what the veterinarian says, a much different dog than the vet saw. Without even...
And the problem with him was he had problems, and I had to quarantine him, and I did lose business for that. But, you know, I didn't care. I just wanted him in a good home.
Looks like he has that.
He does.
Okay, good. Your claim is dismissed, and your counterclaim is withdrawn?
Well, the veterinary bills I would like to have re-gotten, but it's not a big thing.
I didn't think so. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 376 on the calendar in the matter of Hopper Damron versus Carnes. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Who's Miss Hopper?
Hi.
Okay, and who are you?
I'm Melissa's mother. I'm Tammy Damron.
Why don't you have a seat, Miss Damron? How old are you?
Okay. 18.
Okay, why don't you have a seat for a minute? I don't know if we're going to need you. Is this your former husband?
Yes.
Or soon-to-be former husband?
Yes.
But you are still legally married?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
1 year on September 27th.
And you have a child who is how old?
Almost 3 months.
And Miss Carnes is his grandmother?
Yes.
Got it?
Got it.
From what I gather, a couple of years ago, you and your then boyfriend needed a car. You had an old car, and you decided to get a new one.
Right.
You didn't have good enough credit to buy a new one, so you asked Miss Carnes if she would buy the car in her name. You would make all the payments on the car, you and your husband.
Correct.
And you were going to trade in your old car as the down payment. They gave you a $2,000 credit.
Correct.
Is that right? And Grandma said she would do that, even though she risked her own credit if you didn't make the payments. But you did, in fact, you and your husband made the payments. Were you working during that year?
Yes, I did. Actually, I had a job being a nanny.
Did he work regularly?
No.
What did he do?
I have no idea. Well, he did actually...
What do you mean you have no idea? You lived with him.
He had a DJ job on the side. That's pretty much what he did on the weekends and sometimes during the week. And when he wasn't doing that, he was at home.
Who was taking care of the baby?
He wasn't born at the time.
So you were pregnant? Were you working while you were pregnant?
Yes.
Well, then an incident occurred with your husband.
Correct.
He assaulted you.
Yes.
That case is currently pending, is that right? Is that right, sir?
Yes.
So we're not going to get into that because that case has not gone to trial yet. So you separated. He took the car. You want your $2,000 back.
Correct.
That's what the case is about. Right?
Yes.
What kind of car did you trade in?
92 Geostorm.
And in what month and year did you trade it in?
August of 2003.
Well, explain to me why you think you are entitled to $2,000 back from Miss Carnes.
Basically, we had the arrangement that if we paid the payments that I would be able to drive the car, and we always made the payments. Whenever he wasn't working, I did pay the payments too.
And you used the car?
I honestly didn't have the car that much. He would take me to work.
Well, we don't balance that out. You had it sometimes, he had it sometimes. My question to you is, look, this is what she has.
Okay.
She doesn't have the car.
Right.
He has the car.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Stand up so I don't have to point. I'd like to look at you over here. She doesn't have the car. She's a good Samaritan.
Right.
He has the car.
Right.
All she does is have the aggravation. She has the loan. And she has the problem if he doesn't pay.
Right.
But she doesn't get anything out of this car.
Right.
So why do you think that she should give you $2,000?
Honestly, Judge, I think that I'm entitled to $2,000 because it is not fair that I have to raise my son by myself with no car, nothing. Without.
That's not her problem. You want to say something? You could say something. I mean, that may be his problem, but that's not his grandmother's problem. Why should she go into her pocket and take out $2,000 and give it to you?
Because she's condoning what he did.
So what? That's not a legal response. What?
What I have to say, Judge Judy, is the car was mine. Melissa had transportation. She got together with this guy. The mistake in the matter was that we didn't get anything in writing. I didn't want them to use, Melissa had transportation. She worked, she goes to school. He didn't work. The fact of the matter is, now whenever he wasn't working and the payments had to be made, it came from Melissa or from...
Ms. Dameron, excuse me. You're not following me.
Okay.
Why should Miss Carnes, under what theory is it fair for her to go into her pocket? She doesn't have a car.
Because she didn't want to...
Just a second. She doesn't have a car. He's not a party to this action. Why should she go into her pocket and take out $2,000 and give it to your daughter?
I didn't want that car to be used as a down payment, but she
did it anyway.
Right. And
you're not
exactly. Yeah,
sit
she
down
said
now.
that. She said that she would put the car in her name and not put their name on the title whatsoever.
Your daughter asked her to do that.
Yeah, and I was there at that time.
Just a minute. If they needed a better car, did they ask you to use your credit?
They did.
And you said no?
Yes.
Okay, because you didn't want to have that responsibility, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so far, nobody has given me a logical reason why I should have Miss Carnes go into her pocket and take out $2,000 and give it to your daughter.
The reason I see is the fact that she should get the money from her grandson. She should get the money from her grandson because Melissa has the brand new baby. I have to take off work. Melissa had transportation. Now she has no transportation, and he pays no child support. That's
not her problem.
Right. It's not her problem. But
Why
I'm
is
saying
that
she
not
should get
her
the money from
problem? So what you're telling me is she should have more control over her grandson to get him to pay up and be responsible.
Well, basically,
is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I am because
that's ridiculous.
She had
because
the money.
That's not what you do in a court.
Right. Well, I guess not, but they had the money to bail him out of jail whenever he put her in the hospital 3 days before she was having their son.
Instead of taking off work, why don't you help her? If you have a job and you are regularly employed, buy a car. If she works, then you say to her, Melissa, dear, you're going to have to make payments on this car so then you'll have transportation. You're her mother. Instead, what you did was you relied on his grandmother to do that because you didn't want to do it. His grandmother is not responsible to give her $2,000. Maybe her soon-to-be ex-husband might be responsible for providing her with some sort of transportation because he now has the transportation, but that's not up to me. That's up to the judge who's handling their divorce. Certainly, Ms. Carnes is not responsible for $2,000 that your daughter would like to buy a new car. Case is dismissed, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She's just mad I won't be with her, and that's what she's causing all this drama over.
Basically, I was tired of being beat up and cheated on.
I've worked since I was 17. I've supported her. She's lived with me since she was 16.
No, he never works, and his grandmother basically bails him out of jail every time he beats my daughter up.
I want her out of my life. I would just want to be able to see my kid and live my life.
Basically, I don't think he's going to have anything to do with my son, considering I don't want him beating up my son, too.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of White versus Schimmels, step forward.
Nurse Diana White is suing her ex-boyfriend, switchboard operator Tom Schimmels, for the return of $4,000 worth of property. Diana says her ex is an abusive man. Tom is countersuing for harassment and mental distress.
Miss White, you claim that you met the defendant through a dating service. You moved in with him, and after a period of time, he told you that he wanted you to leave. You did, in fact, leave. It was not a pleasant separation. You claim he kept some of your property. You're suing him for that property in the amount of $4,000. Mr. Schimmel says that the only property that he has of yours is a stove that you left out on the front porch, that he's called you several times to come and get it. You can come and get it whenever you like because it's still there. Is that right, Mr. Schimmels?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
And that Mr. Schimmels is counterclaiming because he says that since you left, you have been embarking on course of harassing conduct towards him, and you caused some damage to his home when you moved out. Mr. Schimmels, I assume that you are legally blind, sir, and that dog is a seeing eye dog. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Miss White, when did you meet Mr. Schimmels?
About June of 2003.
How did you meet him?
Through a singles line, a singles dating service.
You arranged your first meeting when?
I'm going to say June, the end of June.
And when did you move in with him?
The middle of October.
When did you move out?
February 10th.
Why did you move out?
Throughout our relationship, Tom would get angry and he would say, I just want you to move out. I just want you out of here. It made it very difficult to...
So why didn't you move out?
Because then he would say, I don't mean that. I just say that when I'm frustrated. The night of January 31st, we got into an argument over something very small, and he assaulted me that night. He hit me. I have a 911 tape.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I wasn't even comfortable in my own house.
Well, what would you like me to do about that, sir?
Well, that's why I countersued, because I was distressed, and,
I've been
and
distressed
she...
most of my life, sir. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that I come to a court and try to annoy somebody.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Diana White says ex-boyfriend Tom Schimmels owes for the return of patio furniture and a stove. Tom says Diana won't leave him alone.
According to what I read in the complaint, Mr. Schimmels gave you $2,500. What did he give you the $2,500 for?
That was for a grandfather clock, a china hutch, some rugs, and a computer desk, the bedding for the master bedroom, pictures, rugs, things like that.
Well, do you have a list?
Those are not...
Do you have a list?
I do not.
I do, Your Honor.
You do? Can I
Yes.
see the list? Who is this? Your friend?
This is my witness, Tim Flanagan.
Tim Flanagan, Judy.
Your last name, sir?
Flanagan.
Mr. Flanagan,
Tim?
step back, sir. Bert
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
like anybody to get too close, even
Yeah,
though
all
I
right.
know you don't look dangerous.
Thank you. You bet.
A hutch, lamps, grandfather clock, curtains in the master bedroom, desk office, rug in the family room, and pictures in the master bedroom. Then you write, by no means is $2,500 fair, something the police have been to the house 2 times, and I do not want the... What is this, Bert? We'll ask her if she can read this, as it's her handwriting.
I couldn't read it either. Sorry for the pun.
Have been to the house. I do not want the abusiveness and fighting to increase, so under duress, I agreed to this.
Okay, fine. So, now, what things do you have, madam, that you say he refused to let you take from the house?
There's an entertainment center that I purchased in October, and I have a receipt for that. I purchased $2,300 worth of mini blinds and drapes. There's my antique stove.
Let's deal with this. As far as the mini blinds, etc., you don't get those back. They're fixtures. They're a part of the property, so you don't get them back, and he's not paying you for them. The stove you get back because he says he has the stove, and you can come and get it at any time.
Your Honor,
Go and
he
get it.
said this in the past, and he won't
Okay,
let me.
we'll create an order that 5 days from today's date, at 12 o'clock, you're going to come there with a, is this an old stove?
It's an antique stove.
Fine. Going to come there, and she's going to pick it up. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir. I've told her many times to come get it, and she
Fine.
refused to do that, and I've
Good.
given her,
No,
all
no,
of her stuff.
Fine. Terrific. The entertainment center. What about the entertainment center, sir?
She said when we were buying, I bought all the furniture from More Furniture. She said that she was going to buy that for me as a gift.
Give me the date.
It had to have been in October when we moved in, because I bought all brand new furniture for the whole house. and-
Okay. So listen to me very carefully, sir. In October or November, that means that within either a month to 2 months, you told her to leave the house, correct? After just pay careful attention, Mr. Schimmel.
Okay.
Within a month or 2 after she bought the entertainment center, according to you, for the house, you told her to leave. Is that right?
In December, yes.
And it's true that some of the stuff that is in your home, like the blinds and the stuff that is attached to the house that I already told her she can't have back because they're attached to your house, you still have there. Is that right?
Correct.
And you are complaining, sir, that she's harassing you because your counterclaim said that she's been harassing you for money. Is that right?
Yes, she's owes me money for damaged deposits.
Just listen to me.
Okay.
You didn't sue her for damaged deposits or anything else until she brought this lawsuit against you, Mr. Schimmel. So what I'm saying to you is, you're complaining that the harassment is because she keeps calling you, asking you for money.
Right.
Or her things. And I'm saying to you that it would have been smart of you if you told her to leave within a month or 2 of her buying you this entertainment center for the house she was moving. You should have given it back to her.
Well, I understood that it was a gift when she bought it.
I don't think so. How's that?
$771.52.
You prepared to give her back the entertainment center, sir? Along with the stove?
I can give her the stove. I mean, the entertainment center is built. I mean, it'd be really difficult for me to do that.
Okay. All right, so she gets the stove plus $771.50. What else, Miss White? And don't go into nonsense with me, because otherwise I'll reconsider the $771.50.
I'm not. My patio furniture is there, my molded lawn chairs, my padded folding lawn chairs are there. He did return 2 of my hoses, but the ends were cut off of them. There's wind chimes, there's
Don't go into nonsense with me.
A 1940 radio.
You have an old radio, 1940 radio.
That she was going to throw away and she said I could have.
It's now become very, very important to her to have this old radio back. It's an antique. She wants it back. And when you give her back this property, she's going to stop annoying you. Do you understand?
Your Honor, when it all... I understand.
Good. So we have a stove that's going back to you and a radio. That's it, Miss White. Plus $771 for the entertainment center. Now let us briefly go into this counterclaim that you have. She's been harassing you. She's going to stop harassing you and calling you for money because you're giving her back the property that, according to what I believe she's entitled to, she's going to get within 5 days. Then you say she pulled her paintings right out of the walls and I had to hire a handyman to patch up and paint the damaged walls.
Yes.
Did you pull everything out of the walls?
No.
Show me pictures.
We don't have pictures.
Good. Then you have no counterclaim.
But we have where we paid a man to fix the walls, and I've seen the walls when she moved out, and there was holes in them.
Why didn't you take a picture? If you intended to sue her, why didn't you take a picture?
Well, I didn't realize they were going to get into such an argument over some holes in the walls.
I mean, neither. So if you didn't plan on getting into an argument over holes in the walls, why are you bothering me with it now?
Yeah, okay.
Good. Counterclaim is dismissed.
Great.
There's a judgment for the plaintiff, and I'm entering 5 days from today you to pick up your stove from his porch and the radio, which will be on the porch on top of the stove or underneath the stove or next to the stove, plus $771 for the entertainment center that he says is too difficult to dismantle. Do you understand?
Yes.
By 12 noon. Otherwise, it's gone. Consider it over.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I've tried to get it over for a long time.
That's all. Listen to me.
I've not,
It's
you know, I mean,
over.
I wasn't even comfortable in my own house.
Well, what would you like me to do about that, sir?
Well, that's why I countersued, because I was distressed and
I've been distressed most of my life, sir. It doesn't mean that I come to a court and try to annoy somebody. Do you understand? You should have given her back her radio. You should have paid her for the entertainment center.
I tried to.
You did? You tried
Yes,
to pay her for the
I tried
entertainment. You paid her for the entertainment center?
No, because she
sent her
said
a
that
check?
was a gift.
Mr. Schimmels, say goodbye, sir. Mr. Flanagan will help you out. That's all.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Coughlin, it is your claim that this young lady, I assume this young lady, vandalized your car. She was a friend of your daughter's. They played together. For some reason, they had a misunderstanding, and you claim that she took a rock, scratched your car. Ms. Noel says that her daughter was not alone. Don't deny that she did it, but you say she was not alone, and that in retaliation for that, your son slashed the tires on her car. So she's got a counterclaim. Are you neighbors?
Yes.
Yes.
How far away do you live from each other?
Right next door.
What was the date of the incident involving your car?
August 29th, 2004.
You have pictures of the car?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see pictures of the car. What makes you think Sequoia damaged your car?
They were all outside playing, all the children, with Katara, and Katara came in the house crying, saying that Sequoia upset her. So I said, okay, we'll stay in the house. After that, I went out to do laundry, and I noticed a big scratch on the side of my car.
Okay. Now, what proof do you have that Sequoia did that damage to your car?
It's in the police report. She had admitted doing it.
Can I see the police report, please? Sequoia, you want to tell me why you scratched the car?
Because her
and her husband and her son, they were constantly keep calling me like retarded, well, I don't want to say it. They kept calling me and
That's
stuff.
not true.
Shh. And they kept going on with it, and I only thing that I did was tell my mom.
So that's why you scratched the car?
Well, they were calling me retarded and stuff.
I'm
and
asking you a question. That's why you scratched the car with a rock? You can't do that. Did your mother tell you you couldn't do that? Well, you can't. If somebody says something nasty to you to hurt your feelings, that makes them wrong. That makes them not smart. But that doesn't give you the right to damage their property. Got it? Did your mother tell you that?
Yes.
Okay, how much is it going to cost to fix the paint on the car?
Approximately $921.
You have an estimate?
Yes, I do. It was scratched before. The estimate I do have, I'm sorry, is $361.56.
361.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you want to tell me about the damage to your car and when that happened?
September 19th.
What happened?
I went to take my son to his football game. I came back to pick her up to go to the football game. I came back downstairs and my tires were sliced.
Who did it?
Well, I assumed my next door neighbors did it.
Well, what proof do you have that they did it?
I didn't have any proof at the time.
Do you have any proof now?
Actually, I have a witness that overheard her son bragging about the second time they sliced my tires 3 days after that.
I'll hear the witness. You're the son, I assume.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. Tell me who you are.
Tanisha Cooley, their babysitter.
What do you know about the tires being slashed on Mrs. Noel's car?
The day after the tires were slashed in school, me and my friend were walking down the hall. We were walking behind him and his friends. And I heard him saying that, yeah, yesterday me and my dad sliced our neighbor's tires.
And when you heard that, what did you do?
Right after school, when Chanel came home, I told her and my mom.
Same day, is
Yes.
that right? Were you angry?
Yes, I was.
And what about your father? Was he angry?
Yes.
That's not a way to respond. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
So why did you do it?
I did not.
So you're telling me this young lady is lying
Yes,
about this
I
last? Yes. Why do you think she would make up a story like that?
I don't know.
Who would you think would have another motive to slash their tires?
Nobody to my knowledge.
Not you or not your father? So you think she's lying?
Yes.
Did you call the police?
Yes, I did.
Can I see the police report, please? You can sit down. Could you stand up, please? Is this young lady your daughter?
Yes.
I want you to think back to the 23rd of September. I want you to tell me about the conversation you had with your daughter when she came home from school.
She told me that she overheard Michael saying that him and his father slashed the tires.
She told you that on the 23rd?
Yes.
What's the name of the person that he was with?
I don't know them.
In school? You don't know who they are?
No.
How many other boys was he with?
2.
You have a bill for the tire that was slashed on the 22nd?
I don't have a bill. I paid to get my car done. Here.
Well, I need a bill for the tire. That's what we're talking about. Tire was $16.53?
Used one.
Look, I believe her. I just want you to understand that. Whether you were just bragging, I don't know. But I believe that she heard you say it. So I'm deducting $16 from the award of $361 that you're entitled to have your car painted. I haven't a clue why people who were neighbors engage in a course of conduct to make their lives absolutely miserable. It's just so absolutely ridiculous to me. There's no question that your daughter behaved badly. I assume that as a parent, you told her that when someone says something that's hurtful to you, they're really just stupid, uninformed people, and not to pay any attention to it. I assume that you had that conversation with her. And if you didn't, you have to have that conversation with her, that she can't take out her frustrations because she's just going to end up in trouble. What?
Well, she wrote on our wall and on our hallway wall, and my mom has to pay for that. And she wrote on theirs too.
Are you making an excuse for yourself?
Mm-mm.
Don't. If she does something wrong, like write on a wall, how old is she? 5. And how old are you?
8.
You're supposed to know better, and you're not supposed to make excuses for doing the wrong thing. And you're certainly old enough to know better. All right, take your children home. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $345. I've deducted the $16 for the tire that your son and probably your husband was responsible for. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I've also had my tire slashed 3 times.
They got problems. I'm done.
Her daughters pushed shopping carts into my car.
Just mad.
The little girl is very angry. She's very angry. The mother works 12-hour, 14-hour days, 6 days a week.
She was mean to me.
Something that's going to be ongoing until Mrs. Noel gets help with her child.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Baker versus Terry, step forward.
Rehab counselor Vicki Baker is suing her former neighbors, Byron and Mary Terry, for damage to her Chevy Lumina. Vicki says the couple drove the vehicle during a hailstorm.
Miss Baker, you agreed to sell the defendants a car, a used car that you had, according to what I read. They had the car for some time. They made some payments on the car. And then, according to you, they stopped making payments on the car, so you repossessed it.
Yes, ma'am.
And after you repossessed it, Mr. and Mrs. Terry sued you for all the money that they had paid into the car, which was, I believe, about $1,400. Is that right? And how much had you paid?
$1,850.
And how long did you have the car?
We had the car for roughly about 3.5, 4 months.
Okay. Now you want them to pay for the damage that was done to the car while it was in their possession as a result of being driven in a hailstorm.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. and Mrs. Terry said, you live in Oklahoma, for heaven's sakes. That's what happens in Oklahoma. There are hailstorms. They're not responsible for the hailstorms. That's your defense.
Partly. There's more to it.
That's the defense that I read here. That it's a hailstorm and you're not responsible for an act of God. Now, Miss Baker, when did you agree to sell them the car? Give me the month and year.
December 4th of 2003.
And you took it back sometime in March?
Actually, no, it was April 2nd.
And when you got the car back, describe the damage to me.
I have photos of the damage, Your Honor.
Can I see it, please?
The automobile was damaged all over with hail damage. I have photos of the car, the storm and the damage, and also an estimate for over $3,000
Do you know when this hailstorm was?
Yes, March 17th.
Car, hail.
Were there other cars damaged, Miss Baker, in Oklahoma where you live by this hail?
Yes, ma'am.
How many hundreds of cars were damaged?
Probably many.
So why do you think the Terrys are responsible?
Because in the agreement they were responsible for any damages as well as to insure the car, which they did through Geico. And then I had asked them to take care of the damages with their insurance, and they did not.
Now, after March 17th, did they make any payment to you? When was the last payment?
March 12th, Byron paid me $200, which totaled $1,400.
Oh, I just asked you when the last payment that they gave you was.
March 12th.
Why did you stop making payments after March 12th?
We didn't, and we have proof. What happened was when we bought the car, we put like a large amount of money down, and then she gave us a copy of the title, and it said there was a lien on it, and she kept convincing us to double up on payments, like, and harassing me at work.
Just a second.
Your Honor.
Just a second. I asked a simple question. It doesn't require a story.
Okay.
It requires an answer. Why didn't you make any payments after March the 12th?
The last payment was...
As a matter of fact, I was sitting in jail, ma'am. I won't lie to you, I wasn't capable of writing her a check. My wife was handing her cash. She gave my wife no receipts, which I told my wife, don't give her no cash if she ain't going to give you no receipt, because it ain't going to do you no good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Ma'am, I didn't know we had hard feelings. I thought this would be friendly throughout the entire thing.
After you took back the car, they sued you. At what point did you think it was friendly?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Vicki Baker says former neighbors Byron and Mary Terry owe for damage to a car they were subleasing. Vicki says the car was dented during a hailstorm.
The question is, did you make any payments or did you not make any payments after March the 12th?
No, I'm sorry.
So the answer is no.
Right.
Now, when, Miss Baker, the Terrys sued you for the return of their money, you already had possession of the car, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you, in fact, counterclaim for damage to the car?
Not during that suit, no.
Why not?
I tried to, and they said it was too late to countersue, that I had to make a new suit.
When did they sue you? In what month?
May 28th.
So you had already had the car back for almost 3 months.
April 2nd. No, I would have had the car back for about 6 weeks.
And when was the court case heard?
The court case was actually heard on May 28th. So the suit may have came just a little bit before that.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. When did you file suit for the return of your money?
When did I file suit?
No. Damn.
In April.
And when was she served?
The weekend after I filed suit, after I got out of jail.
Sometime in April.
Yes, ma'am.
So you had at least 4 or 5 weeks. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
After you got notice that you were being sued. And you had at least 6 or 7 weeks to sue them for the damage to your car. So my question to you, Miss Baker, is why didn't you do it?
I was hoping that they would take the car. All along, I have offered them back the car for the $1,000 that they owed on the car. And so I have no use for this car, so I was hoping that they would do the original agreement, which was to pay the $2,400.
What did you do in order to convey that to them?
I spoke to them twice in person.
Just a second.
Okay.
Spoke to them twice after you repossessed the car.
Yes.
On April 2nd.
And also the police. Pardon me.
Did either Mr. or Mrs. Terry indicate to you that they were prepared to continue paying the additional $1,000 that you claimed they owed?
Mary's statement was, no, I will not give you another dime.
Okay.
Byron said, no, I'm leaving state. I have no need for the car. I'm fixing my truck. So they changed their mind.
So the answer is
no.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
So then my question to you is, why didn't you sue them?
I did.
No.
Ma'am,
you didn't sue them. Listen to me.
Okay.
You didn't sue them until after they sued you for the return of some of their money. That's when you sued them. You saw the car was damaged the day you took it back, on April 2nd. So if you believed that you had a legitimate case, you would have been in court immediately, as you were now, to file a case against them because they damaged your property that you had repossessed. You chose not to do that.
Ma'am, I didn't know we had hard feelings. I thought this would be friendly throughout the entire thing.
What, Miss Baker? I don't know where you're at, madam. After you took back the car, they sued you. At what point did you think it was friendly? Where's the car now?
In my possession.
Good. What are you doing with it?
I have offered it back to the Terrys. I'm letting it sit until we decide what to do. Your Honor, may I speak, please, on this situation? I befriended these kids. They moved in next door to me.
I don't care about that. That's not what this is about.
Okay.
That's a story once upon a time. Right now what I have is you sold them a car. They were friends, next door neighbors, you liked, whatever. Sold them a car. You took the car back for non-payment.
No, ma'am. I took the car back because she sent me a letter refusing payment.
She said she wasn't going to pay you anymore.
Right, yes.
Fine.
Yes.
So I paid you enough, and I'm not paying anymore. Shh.
Okay.
Not paying anymore. This has been resolved in another court.
Right.
I'm not dealing with that. You took the car back. You did nothing when you took the car back until after they sued you for some of the money that they had invested in the car.
Ma'am.
That's what happened.
I did it as quickly as I could because I am a very, very busy self-employed person. To drive 2 hours to go down and sue someone when I knew I had until May 28th, I didn't see any hurry in doing that.
Well, I don't see any hurry in responding to it, madam. It's an act
they
of God.
damaged my car.
No, they did not damage your car.
My car did not get hail damaged, and many cars did not because most of us know to pull over during a hailstorm and park our cars somewhere else. It's only those who drive. Mary was at work.
To be in a hailstorm.
Mary was at work, and she chose to drive home in that hailstorm. She bragged to me how she drove 70 miles an hour in the hailstorm. She could have chose to stay at work and let the hailstorm pass, and the car wouldn't have been damaged as it was.
Did you drive intentionally in this hailstorm at 70 miles an hour? Is she crazy?
Well,
is she crazy?
I was petrified I was going to break through my windshield. I never drove in one
Nobody
before.
drives. Nobody drives
How come you didn't
70
stay
miles an
home?
hour in a hailstorm, Miss Baker.
How come she didn't stay at the office and wait for the hailstorm to pass if she was terrified?
Miss Baker,
I was on my way
how
home
come
from
she
Baker
doesn't
picking up my
live
kid.
in Florida, where there are no hailstorms that I know about? I don't know why. The heavens opened up golf ball size hail came down, damaged your car as well as hundreds of others. They're not responsible for that. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out. In the matter of Aristizabal versus Morales. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, ma'am, please.
Mr. Aristizabal, what kind of a business do you have, sir?
Do an auto repair business, ma'am.
According to your complaint, Mr. Morales came into your shop to have his car fixed. You did a diagnostic workup on his car, told him he needed transmission to be done.
Yes.
He decided at some point that he didn't want you to do the work on his car, and he went to leave. You told him he couldn't leave until he paid you for the diagnostic work, which was $85.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, at some point, and you're going to tell me how this happened, he tried to leave. You tried to stop him. Tried to stop him by having one of your employees close a gate. He plowed through, damaged your property and a sign. You want him to pay for all that damage. Mr. Morales says that you had no right to try to restrain him.
Correct.
That you did no work on the car, that when your gate closed on his car, you caused damage to his car, and he is counterclaiming.
Correct.
What day did Mr. Morales come into your shop?
On 11/16, Mr. Morales came. I do have an exhibit.
What time did he come, sir?
4 o'clock, 4:30.
And what time does your shop close, sir?
6 o'clock, Your Honor.
Did Mr. Morales have an appointment, or did he come in
No, he walked
without
in.
an appointment?
He walked into my shop by a friend. He was recommended by a friend of his.
Had he had work done by Mr. Aristizabal himself?
No, Your Honor.
So why did he make this recommendation to you?
He said to me that this was his uncle's shop and that he'd give me a good price, an estimated price on rebuilding my transmission for that.
Is that what you needed, a rebuilt transmission?
Yes, Your Honor.
How did you know that you needed a rebuilt transmission, Mr. Morales?
I had went the day before to another mechanic shop, and I have the receipt here. It shows that I paid for diagnostics, and it states there that my transmission needed to be rebuilt.
Now, when you came into Mr. Aristibal's shop, sir, did you tell him you needed to rebuild the transmission?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. Well, actually, when I first got there, he wasn't there. He showed up about 45 minutes later.
So at that point, it was between 4:45 and 5:30.
Yeah, about 5:30, when I finally got in contact with him around that time. He showed up. He asked me...
Who's Giovanni?
He was Giovanni at the time. He stated his name was Giovanni. He asked me what was the problem with the car. I stated my transmission needed to be rebuilt. He asked me, how do I know? I told him because I had another diagnostics done. So he then got in the car and test drove the vehicle.
How did he test drive the vehicle, sir?
He drove it up to the garage door, and then he also reversed it back. He opened the hood. He looked in it. The vehicle was on the whole time. And then that was basically all he did. He asked me, follow me into my office. He asked me for my information.
May I see the piece of paper that you have, sir? Is that the information that you filled out when you came in?
Yes, this is exactly information exactly as to what happened.
Okay. Is this the piece of paper that you filled out while Mr. Morales was sitting in your office?
There is 4 copies, Your Honor, just to refresh you. There's 4 copies at the beginning of the estimate. That was the final estimate, what it says, everything that I found with the vehicle, everything that said. He also asked me
You're not answering my question, sir.
That's the piece of paper that he filled up, yes, Your Honor. And he got an estimate of...
No. Mr. Morales did not sign this document that you have handed to me.
Yes, he did.
No. He did not sign this as it is written here. You filled this out after he left. So I want to see what he signed when he was there, not after you wrote everything that you wanted to write on this document about what happened later.
I gave him a copy where it says computer diagnosis, ABS not working, to check and advise. $85 on the top of it, as you can see. The final invoice,
This invoice is meaningless to me, sir. So then let's get over this, because we're not going to waste any more time. We're not going to waste any more time.
Fine, Your Honor.
Tell me what you did with the car, Mr. Aristizabal.
When it came off for the car, I did the diagnosis. I put it what is called a modest.
Tell me what you did.
I did the
want to know.
diagnostic.
Listen to me.
Would you please let me describe, Your Honor?
No, I want you to answer my question, Mr. Aristizabal.
I finally invoiced it. I told him exactly what it was wrong at 5:30. He said he was going to take it somewhere else to have it repaired somewhere else. He wasn't going to do it then. I asked him he must repair. He must pay me for the diagnosis that I had done.
I didn't hear anybody doing a diagnostic, sir. Just because you wrote diagnosis doesn't mean you did anything. Now, you want to tell me exactly what you did or produce an employee who performed any work on the car.
It says right there on the invoice, Your Honor.
Mr. Aristobal, that's what the whole dispute is about. Mr. Morales says you didn't do any work on his car.
So he signed an invoice saying to have the car diagnosed.
This invoice, sir, is worthless. You wrote this invoice after the whole incident happened.
Did you see that I did it after, Your Honor?
Sir, you can't produce something.
I am producing. That's the honestly true, Your Honor.
Mr. Aristobal.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
We started arguing. He was, being loud. I got loud also.
He was a little bit high on drugs, I will imagine, because he was very,
This man was not high on drugs.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Mechanic Orlando Aristizabal says customer James Morales owes for skipping out on a bill. James says Orlando didn't perform any work on his car.
Who is this person?
That is a customer that happened to be there when he damaged his car, and he's here to testify. He damaged the car with the...
So this is a witness that you brought. Did you bring a witness who did any work on Mr. Morales' car?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, did anybody else take your car away from you and put it up on a lift or a machine?
No, Your Honor.
When you told him that you weren't going to do the job, what happened?
Well, what happened was, from after he drove the vehicle, we got off the car, we went into his office. He asked me for my information. I signed the form. He said that he was going to call me the next day to let me know exactly how much it was going to cost, that it was mandatory for his company to do a diagnostics. So after all, I agreed with it. I said, fine, fine. I agreed with it. I left the premises.
What made you change your mind, sir?
Overall, the car is in my name. It's my car. But that's my wife's vehicle. I have a 99 Tahoe, my truck, which I drive to work and back. She uses the Infiniti to go to work and do her errands. The car that was getting fixed was coming out of her money. She said no. She decided not to. She told me, well, we're wasting our money if we're throwing our money out the window to get another diagnostics done if we just got one done yesterday. So from there...
So you went back inside to get your car?
Right. When I went back to the premises, we pulled into the vehicle. She pulled in where the gate line is, right on the premises line, where the gate would close, and she stopped. I got off the vehicle, I walked up to the garage, I seen my vehicle still in the same place, the key still in the ignition, the hood was still open, the door was open, and I looked for Mr. Giovanni, which he told me his name was at the time. I went into the office, I did not see him. I came out of the office, he came out of the back, he appeared out of the back. I then told him, we're not gonna leave the car with you after all, I'm gonna go ahead and take my car. He told me, well, you can go ahead and take the car, but you have to pay me my diagnostics, my $85 for the work that was done. I told him what work. I told him there was no wires connected to my car. I see no computer next to my car. I see no mechanic next to my car. I see no tools. The car was not on a hoist. It was not moved. So therefore, I felt that there was no work rendered to my vehicle, and I told him that I was not going to pay him.
Did you see his car on a lift, sir?
No.
Did you see any wires attached to his car being diagnosed?
Well, I was only there for like 5 minutes.
The answer is no.
No.
Go ahead.
So from that point, I told him I told him that I wasn't gonna pay him. We started arguing. He was being loud. I got loud also, and from there I had my wife and my daughter in my truck waiting for me. I didn't want to argue with him, so I gave him the paper back. I shook his hand and I told him, look, Mr. Giovanni, if you feel I owe you, you have all my information.
Sue me.
You call me, you sue me, you do whatever you have to do. I'm taking my car.
Does that sound familiar, Mr. Aristobal?
I saw him after he came back. He wanted to leave. I told him he must pay for the diagnosis, which had been authorized.
And he said, I'm not paying for it.
He said he's not paying for it. I can call the police. He was a little bit high on drugs, I will imagine, because he was
This man was not high on drugs. This man was not high on drugs. Listen to me, sir. Mr. Aristobal, put the pictures down, sir. How did you stop him? Because according to your complaint, you said you tried to stop him. How did you try to stop him, sir?
I don't need to stop him. I did not. So help me God, Your Honor. I did not stop him. He left taking my gate out of it and my dumpster, hitting the dumpster, and here is the pictures of it.
Step up. You were a customer?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been a customer there?
For like 1 year.
You saw this incident happen?
Yeah, I only saw when he left.
Did one of Mr. Aristobal's employees close the gate?
No, ma'am.
Was it closed?
No, it was open. It was open like a car's distance.
And so describe to me what happened, sir.
Well, the young man got in his car and he just like bailed out fast, like he was stealing the car. He was like scared for some reason. He just left real fast and he hit the dumpster and the gate.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, from that time when I paid it, I told him I wasn't going to pay the $85, I gave him the receipt back because when I left, he gave me a receipt. And I told him, I'm not going to pay you. I was already backing up. He then asked me, look, at least pay me $45 for my labor fee. I then replied to him, I'm not going to pay you anything. I continued to back up. He started yelling at his, there was about maybe 10 employees there. And if I may say, Your Honor, he was also an employee here. The witness is also an employee. If you notice his hands, they are greasy.
Did you work for him? Did you part-time work for him?
I don't work for him. I paint cars. He's a mechanic shop.
What were you doing there that day, sir?
He was fixing one of my cars.
Fixing one of your personal cars or your business cars?
No, one of my cars.
Your
that
Honor,
I'm going to
if I
sell. Yeah, I try to get cars fixed so I can sell them.
Sit down. Go ahead.
From there, he yelled at his employees, don't let him leave, don't let him leave. I'm calling the police, don't let him leave. When my wife was still parked in the same place, if I can point out, she was parked here, right on the gate where the gate closes, and one of the employees started closing the gate on her vehicle. My daughter was in the car on the passenger side behind the passenger back seat and where the gate was closing onto. My wife then exits the vehicle and asks Giovanni, what's going on? What's going on? Giovanni replies, he's trying to steal my money. He needs to pay me. You guys need to pay me my money. She got in the vehicle. She backed up. She got onto the street. I then continued to back up. When they closed the gate on me, when it hit my vehicle, if you can see, if I can present some pictures to you. If you notice where the red arrow is, that's where I came to a complete stop at the dent that it made.
I want to see all the pictures, Bird. There's Mr. Aristobal's also, please.
This is the customer's car.
So what's this?
The car was scraped from the front all the way, from the back all the way to the front from the yellow fence. If you can notice the yellow paint on the fence.
If you look, Your Honor, on the tire on the driver's side, on the first tire, you would see that the trash can was actually pushed onto
the car.
On the driver's side.
You see the blue paint from the picture.
And both of the mirrors were knocked off.
Did you see who did that?
I couldn't really identify who did it. However, I know the male who was closing the gate was a white, tall, Caucasian male. And I told him, what's going on here? Because he's closing the gate on the side my 2-year-old is sitting on in her car seat. He says, I'm just doing my job, I'm just doing my job. Mr. Giovanni at the time, who had presented himself as Giovanni, was instructing his workers in Spanish that by no means let us out. Mr. Giovanni at that time said that he was going to call the cops. However, Cop Ernst did call the dispatching group to see if any call was dispatched from that location, and it was a negative.
Who's Giovanni?
This is, I named my shop after my son.
When somebody comes in and asks for Giovanni, your name is Orlando.
I am Giovanni's DBA as. Yes, Your Honor, that is true. I'm Orlando DBA as Giovanni's. That's how my fictitious name is.
You have estimates on your car?
Yes, we do, Your Honor. We have an estimate that was done a couple of days after the incident.
The next day.
The next day.
Which is the 17th. It's also dated.
Do either of you have a police report?
Yes, we do.
We have a copy of the preliminary police report that was filed that day.
If I may...
Do you have a copy of a police report that you filed, Mr. Aristobal?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it, please.
If I may, Your Honor.
Shh. Okay. No. What year car is this?
It's a 1993 Infiniti G20.
Well, the cost of painting it is $3,000. It's
Right.
worth more than the car.
Exactly.
Right. You paint cars, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you charge for a really good paint job?
It varies from $2,500 to $500.
And what about to take out all the dents on a car?
Depends how many, what kind of dents.
Here you go. It's not often that I have an expert witness that I can question. You can stand up, sir.
It could be fixed without changing any parts.
Great. How much could you fix it for, sir?
I can fix this probably for $1,500.
You know what I find interesting, Mr. Aristobal? That Mr. and Mrs. Morales filed their police report the date of this incident, the 16th.
Right after.
You didn't bother to file yours until the next day.
When I went there, they told me I won't be able to file the same day because simply they have filled out one. And when I got there at the Foothill Police Division, they told me I must wait until next day so I can file a report. And I went back.
Are you telling me that a police officer said you couldn't give your version of the events on the same day?
Yes, because it was one taken already. Yes, Your Honor, that's
but the next day it was okay for them to take it.
Well, I went over it again.
So what you're telling me is the next day they said...
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Aristobal, you did the wrong thing, sir. There was a dispute. Whether you were right or wrong with regard to the dispute, you had an option. And your option was to let this gentleman and his wife leave.
I did.
And no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. To let this gentleman and his wife leave, causing no problem, deciding to sue him, you had his name and address, you felt as if he owed you $85. That's what you do. You said, no, I'm calling the police. The truth of the matter is, if you had called the police at that very moment, Mr. Aristobal, you would have been the first one filing the police report. You didn't call the police at all.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Not that day you didn't, sir.
So help me God.
No, you didn't, sir. Because then you would have filed the police report before them, and if I listened to your logic, when they came out speaking, then when they came in, the police would have said to them, you can't file a report today, Mr. Aristobal already did. You have to come back tomorrow and file your report. I know exactly what happened. You don't have to be a genius to figure out what happened. There is no indication whatsoever by you or any witness that any work was done on Mr. and Mrs. Morales' car. You were annoyed that they weren't leaving the car. You told your employees to close the gate because you weren't going to let him take the car. You frightened his wife by your actions, and you're going to pay for his car.
And my daughter.
And he's not going to pay for any damage that he did to your gate or your dumpster because he had no right to try to keep him inside, which you did. You have recourse. This is not the Wild West. Judgment for the defendant in the amount of $1,700. You can have your car fixed for that amount. Otherwise, you'll have to total it.
Thank you.
Lampier. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ah, Miss Brooks, this is a very strange tale that I'm sure you're going to try to simplify for me. Miss Lampier is the ex-girlfriend of your ex-husband. And for some strange and bizarre reason, you decided to become friends. She has a couple of children, I believe, one of whom your ex-husband was paying support for as his child. You allege in your complaint that you made a series of loans to your ex-husband's ex-girlfriend, and then you took one child for a paternity test without her permission. And the test established, according to you, that he was not the father of this child. And Miss Lampier said, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm prepared to reimburse you for the cost of the test. That's what the case is about.
Basically.
Okay. First, when were you divorced?
Actually, my husband and I were still technically married, but in the state that we live in, you have to be separated for a year.
When did you separate?
2 months ago.
And when did you start making this series of loans to Miss Lampier?
At the end of July of this year.
Was he happy about you making loans to Miss Lampier?
I don't know that he was happy about it, but it was a situation where Miss Lampier and her children, she has 3 girls. At the end of May, they were being evicted from where they were living at. They relocated to the state where we were relocating to, which is my hometown. They really didn't have anywhere to go. She had secured a job, and we were keeping my husband's daughter and her sister.
Your husband's daughter is how old?
11.
Okay, so that child was living with you?
For 1 month. We kept them for 1 month.
Okay. Go ahead.
Her sister, who's 8 years old, is a little girl who Miss Lampier had alleged was his daughter. We were not paying support for Ashley. That's her name.
You were paying support for the 11-year-old?
Whatever arrangements he worked out with her, that was between the 2 of them. They had already had this child before we got married.
Which child, the 11-year-old or the 8-year-old, did you take for a paternity test?
The 8-year-old.
And how do you take a child for a paternity test without the mother?
That was during the time that she was staying with us.
Did she go too for the paternity test?
The mother did not go, no ma'am.
Well, how do you take a paternity test without both parents and the child?
The father and the child went, they took pictures, they took samples, and they ran the test.
Never heard that. Okay, let's get back to the loans. Tell me about the loans.
She was securing a place to stay for her and her children. She needed $2,000 to secure the place to live.
So tell me who she called, you or your husband?
She called me directly.
Had you been friendly before?
We were civil.
Civil?
Yes.
What did she say to you?
She said, I found a place to stay and I need to borrow the money to secure it.
And you lent her the money?
That was the first loan.
How did you get the $2,000?
Lisa wired it from her bank account into the bank account from the people that I was renting the house from.
How did she know to do that?
In July, 2 of my children did go and stay with her husband and her. My oldest daughter is her husband's daughter, my 11-year-old. They went there for the summer. It was supposed to be during a summer vacation, and I did come across a very hard time, and I did have to move from Virginia back to South Carolina.
Okay.
So I went to South Carolina, and I had a job there, and I needed to find a home, obviously, and be able to have the money to move into it. And her husband had called me and said to me, listen, Katie, I know Lisa and I know you're going through a hard time. It's hard for us to having the girls here because both of us are working. You need to get set up in a house and get the kids back. So he had called me and told me that you find a house, we'll give you the money to move.
Did you ever say that to her?
Absolutely not, and it's impossible for
Just
Mr.
a second,
Brooks.
she never said that to you. Money came from her bank. She never said it to you. I don't believe that.
The money, though, was $1,700 was for back child support also. Her husband,
No. She's not responsible for back child support.
That was the agreement. She had offered $1,700 to go towards his $30-some thousand of support that was owed.
Just a second. Who did she say that she was going to give $1,700 to?
Me.
When?
July, I believe it was around the 15th.
Is that right?
That's absolutely not true because the transaction, the wire did not take place until the end of July.
Okay. When did she tell you she was going to pay you back?
Within 6 weeks of the loan.
She told you that?
Yes, ma'am.
On the phone?
And email.
Can I see it?
Yes, ma'am.
It's clear that you acknowledged loans to her. Why are you making up a story?
I'm not making up a story. She did wire the money into an account.
It says, I promise I'll pay you back. It's me, I'm the pain in the butt again. I need to ask you one more favor.
To borrow $600. $1,700 was given to me.
By her?
Yes.
How ridiculous.
And Lisa, $1,700 was given to me.
And the paternity test?
When they called me and told me about the paternity test being done.
Yeah.
And they said, we took Ashley to have a paternity test.
Which was out of line. No question, which was out of line.
First of all, I was going through a very hard time in my life.
I don't care about your hard time. What I care about is whether or not you agreed to pay her back for the paternity test. I mean, I think it was nervy for her to take your daughter for a paternity test, but I'm asking you, did you agree to pay her back for the paternity test?
I did.
You did. I know you did, but that's not what you say in the answer.
I was devastated when I found out that they did that.
I tell you who else is devastated, your 8-year-old daughter.
No.
No? Guarantee you. Well, the results of the paternity test, he was clearly excluded as anyone who was possible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have $510 for the paternity test, $2,000, and $600 that she needed for truck.
Yes, ma'am, but there's also the matter of $900 that's the $900 that she used to set up the card that she referenced in the email.
Is that right?
There was $600.
6 or 9?
It was $600.
Okay, going to give you a chance. Got 5 minutes.
May I say something about the paternity test?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's birth certificate has her biological father's name on it. Her husband knew that birth certificate had another name on it. We had discussed the possibility of him actually being the biological father, and we had reasons behind that. They took my daughter and had the paternity test. I didn't ask for them to do that. He had never mentioned to me about having the paternity test at that time. I was told after they went to do it. I did say in the email, I will pay back the $600 because I was upset and devastated, but I don't feel at this time they had the right to take my daughter without me at least being there with her.
You're absolutely right. I think it was the wrong thing to do. But you agreed to pay for the test. Other than the fact that you agreed to pay for it, I would not find you at fault and order you to pay it. But you agreed to pay for it. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,710. What caused you to separate from your husband?
It was a series of things. It really didn't have anything to do with Ms. Lanfair.
How long were you married to him?
It'll be 9 years this month.
And she filed this against me after they separated.
So?
She offered $1,700 of that money to me.
Let me ask you this question. Think logically. Why would a perfect stranger support you and your children? And why would you take from a perfect stranger?
She's not.
And She's a perfect stranger to you. She is not related to you by blood, and she's not related to you by marriage at all. She doesn't owe you anything. Grow up. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,710.
Thank you, ma'am.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
This was the first little bit of help that I would have gotten from them.
It wasn't for Miss Lamphere, it was for her children.
I was in a state of devastation.
It's just too much drama.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Carson versus Salgado, step forward, please.
24-year-old inventory controller Jill Carson is suing her ex-roommate, 18-year-old Ryan Salgado, for unpaid rent and a security deposit. Ryan says he was forced to move out because of Jill's drug use. He is countersuing for the return of his belongings.
Mr. Salgado, how old are you?
18.
And what do you do for a living, sir?
Unemployed right now.
What did you do 6 months ago?
Nothing.
Did nothing 6 months ago? What did you do 3 months ago?
3 months ago?
Yeah.
I've been working for my mom.
3 months ago, did she fire you?
No.
What were you doing for your mother?
Just helping out with her painting.
What kind of painting?
She does murals.
Are you artistic?
A little bit.
So you don't work. Do you go to school?
No, right now.
But your mother threw you out.
My mom didn't throw me out.
She didn't throw you out, really. She just told you,
Yeah.
go out. Now, why did she do that, Mr. Salgado?
Well,
Well is not an answer, Mr. Salgado. Your mother got tired of you hanging around?
it's more so my father.
Your father and your mother lived together?
Yes.
Great. Your father got fed up with you being a bum.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is to write these stories? Do you know how easy it is to write these stories? All you have to do is live long enough. So your father said, get a job, go to school, or get out.
Basically, yes.
And then you met Miss Carson. Where did you meet Miss Carson, Mr. Salgado?
I met her through Suzanne.
Who was a friend of yours?
Yes.
What does Suzanne do for a living?
She does DIY clothing, sells it on eBay.
And what do you do for a living?
I would do inventory control for a boutique in Salt Lake City.
Now, for some bizarre reason, which I'm sure that you're going to explain to me, you decided to lease an apartment with Mr. Salgado.
Yes.
A two-bedroom apartment.
Yes.
And despite the fact that he has no work history, that he is unemployed, that he has not worked for a year, that his parents threw him out, all of which you knew according to your complaint, you decided he was a good financial risk to sign a lease with on an apartment, right?
Yes.
Yes. And that situation lasted a relatively short period of time because he never gave you any rent.
Correct.
He never gave you any security deposit, right? And then he moved out. And you want him to pay you, let me make sure I get all this right, $3,275, not yen, dollars, for money owed for his half of the rent for a year and his security deposit.
Correct.
I want you to look at him. When do you think the last time was that he saw $3,000 in one place?
He told me that he was getting money from his parents.
Did he?
Yes.
How much money did he say he was getting from his parents?
He said that his parents just came into a lot of money and they could take care of his part of the rent until he found an actual legal job, as opposed to working just for his father or for his mother.
You think his parents were employing him even though they threw him out?
That I wasn't sure about that.
I wasn't sure about that. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Anyway, Mr. Salgado says that he moved out because you were doing drugs and your friends didn't like his brother, right?
Yes.
Is this your brother?
This is my brother.
Looks like a perfectly likable guy to me. And he wasn't staying anywhere where his brother wasn't welcome, right?
Correct.
Who are you living with now, Mr. Salgado?
My parents.
Moved back with your parents, did you?
Yes.
Is your father still coming up to your room every morning and saying, get a job?
Yeah. I recently got one, actually.
Really? What are you doing?
Just at Burger King.
What?
Just at Burger King.
That's a start.
It's a start.
You get free burgers.
Yeah.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Did you ever do drugs?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You just have this kind of lifestyle because it makes you happy.
What lifestyle?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing, yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jill Carson says ex-roommate Ryan Salgado owes for breaking an apartment lease. Ryan says Jill is a party girl.
You appear to be a smart boy, Mr. Salgado. I don't get the sense that you're an idiot.
I like to think so. I'm not
Did you graduate from high school?
No, I didn't.
When did you leave high school?
Senior year.
Why?
Didn't have enough credits.
Why?
Attendance.
When you weren't going to school, what were you doing?
Sleeping.
Sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you say Miss Carson was doing drugs. Is this the story you want to stick with? Is this your final answer?
Absolutely. It's my final answer.
That's your final answer?
It is.
You want to tell me about it?
She acquired some cocaine, and she frequently did ecstasy in the apartment.
Did you ever see her using drugs?
I didn't see her using them.
That's my question. Did you ever see her using the drugs?
No.
Did you ever see the drugs in the apartment?
No.
If you never saw Miss Carson using drugs in the apartment, why did you feel threatened? Or were you more threatened, sir, by the fact that your brother wasn't welcome there anymore?
I knew she was doing the drugs in the apartment. I knew she was in her room doing them. She told me.
Did you ever do drugs?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You just have this kind of lifestyle because it makes you happy.
What lifestyle?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing, yes. Yes.
Do you live at home too?
I do.
Do you do anything?
I go to school. I work.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
What don't your friends like about him?
He had threatened her boyfriend, telling him through emails that he was going to slit his throat and he knew where they slept.
Did you ever send her boyfriend an email? Easy, yes?
Yes, I've sent emails still.
Why?
We were friends.
And?
Well, things fell apart. You know,
And?
the situation at his house was becoming hostile.
At whose house?
Suzanne and her boyfriend Chris's.
Did you ever threaten him?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever say anything nasty to him?
Yes, I have.
Like what?
Not things that could be said on television.
Okay, so that's the reason why you were told that your brother wasn't welcome there anymore.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that?
Yes, I did.
You can't do that.
I had felt threatened by him the night before I even got into any kind of conversation. The night we came home from Boston, Chris kind of got up into my face and he clenched his fist and told me that he was just trying to keep himself from being incredibly violent towards someone at that moment. I asked him who he was speaking of, and he just moved closer to my face and didn't say anything. And I felt threatened, and I told Ryan that I wasn't comfortable with him, and I...
Did that happen, Chris?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Well, what happened?
Well, I was angry at Chris, and I was kind of expressing it to Jill because at the time I didn't have a problem with her. I had baked her a birthday cake that night.
So you didn't have a problem with her, but you just had a problem with this other guy.
Right, and I was trying to explain to her how frustrated I was with her friend.
Okay. Well, Ms. Carson, you can't tell a co-tenant that he's not allowed to have whoever he wants in the house if he's on the lease. But why didn't you pay any rent, Mr. Salgado?
I was in the process of looking for a job.
Well, you can't live rent-free. She's not your mother.
She told me that I wouldn't have to pay rent until, because she was going to have a family member help until October. And I was looking for a job until then.
He had mentioned that he couldn't get the money for me like right away. So I said I could cover it until then. However, I needed it by October 1st.
Who else lives in the house with you now, Miss Carson?
It's just myself.
What's the rent?
$525 a month.
Okay. Clearly, you people don't want to live together anymore, nor do I think you have to. But Mr. Salgado, you have to help her out for a little bit. I think that you ought to give her at least 2 months' notice before you just move out and stick her with rent. Don't you think that that's a mature thing to do?
It is.
Even though she was foolish in taking you on as a roommate when you had absolutely no way of paying her any money.
Absolutely.
What do you mean, absolutely?
It's the truth.
I know it's true.
After they were served the papers, I had gone home. I was sick, and I fell asleep on the couch, and I wake up to someone banging on my door rather violently and constantly just ringing the doorbell. I looked out the window, and I saw the back of Chris Salgado's head. You can hear them in every room. They're banging on the windows.
Peculiar. The whole thing is peculiar.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know it's all true, which makes me even sadder for this country. But I have to make a decision. So, you're going to give her $525, which is your half of 2 months' rent, so that she has an opportunity over the next 2 months to either decide what she wants to do, stay in this lease, get out of the lease, or find a roommate to help her subsidize what you're not going to help her subsidize because you moved out. And I want to tell you something. I wish your parents well with the two of you. Oh, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $525. That's all. Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Ms. Krantz, this is your former husband, and according to your complaint, subsequent to your divorce, you made 2 loans to him.
Yes, ma'am.
Both were for court fines or tickets or whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
And neither of those loans have been repaid.
No, ma'am.
The defendant says that you did, in fact, advance him the money in form of a loan, and he paid you back. And he says that the second chunk of money that you gave him to pay tickets or something so that he could get his license back was just a gift, and he is also prepared to establish that. So, when were you married and when were you divorced, Ms. Krantz?
We were married on October the 10th of 2003.
And when were you divorced?
The divorce papers are stated April the 27th of 2004.
And when was the first loan?
June the 21st of 2004. And I do have where he signed a note that he would pay me back the money.
Okay, I'd like to see it.
Okay. Also attached with that is the way that I proceeded to get the money. He was in jail at the time for not paying fines and restitutions.
Just a second.
One second.
Stolen. Shh. Okay, were you in jail in June of 2004?
Most definitely.
When did you get out of jail?
Like the beginning of July. She came and posted a bond for me. It was a $2,200 cash bond.
And you signed this that you owe her $23.33.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to that, you say you paid her back.
Yes, ma'am.
How come you called your former wife for the money? You were divorced?
We were planning on trying to work things out. We've been talking on the phone while I was in jail. I would have been there probably 4 years if I had not made that bond. She was pretty much the only person I knew that would help me.
Okay. So you were pretty desperate.
It was probably more than desperate. I mean, I wanted to be with her and wanted to, be a family again. But I mean, yeah, she was the only place.
What were you in jail for, sir?
I had stolen some things, and I had violated my probation for that by not paying my fines and court costs and all that.
Now, show me, Mr. Lubersbeck, that you paid her back.
What I have is my check stubs that my bosses wrote me for that period of time, and I have my supervisor at the job that was there on 2 occasions. She came and personally got my check. I signed it and she got it. And then when I went back to jail, she picked up my last paycheck, and he can testify that he was there and saw that.
Your Honor, I will state that when we were together, he would contribute to bills, but certainly never repaying any of the money that I had loaned him.
Did you ever go and get money from his supervisor?
There was one occasion where I picked up a paycheck. After he had went to jail in August, I picked up an $84 paycheck from his job. He
Only one paycheck?
Yes, ma'am.
It's the only time you went?
Yes, ma'am.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Nebojša Kovacevic.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction.
Were you his supervisor?
Yes, at that time.
Tell me what you know about these paychecks.
I know at 2 occasions that she came on Fridays and he signed the checks, the paychecks, and gave it to her. And the last, when he went to jail, the last paycheck, my brother gave it out to her because he called from jail and told me to give her the last check.
Now, what about the 2 other times that you say you saw him?
Yes, I saw him sign the paycheck and hand it to her.
Where were you living at the time, sir?
When I got the loan, I got out of jail, moved directly in with Ms. Krantz.
How long did you live with her?
It was not very long.
Tell me how long. When did you get out of jail? You got out of jail
it was
in
a month at the longest.
July?
Yes, ma'am, and in August I was back in jail, so it was
Go ahead.
about 3 weeks.
I made the loan for him on June the 21st. I paid his fines and restitutions to get him out of jail. He could not get out of jail until they were paid.
He was
the very
not,
next
just
day,
a second, he was not living with you at the time?
No, ma'am, he was in jail.
Okay, so then he got out of jail.
And he was arrested for domestic assault the very next day.
On who?
On me.
How long did he live with you after that?
From the time that I made the loan to him to the time that he moved out of my home completely was, I say, about a month, maybe.
And how much money do you claim you gave her, sir, in your paychecks?
Ma'am, since I've known her...
No, I don't care since you know her. I'm talking about for that 1 month.
Every dime it says I made. Since I've known her, I've signed every paycheck I've ever made, and she has deposited in her account.
Listen to me. You're not following what I'm saying to you.
$2,308. And After I was arrested for domestic assault, my boss came and bonded me out, and I went and stayed with him.
Did he sign his checks over to you and did they go into a joint account?
No, ma'am. I had my own personal private account. Thomas never was on my account. He was not able to be on my account.
No, that's not what I asked.
Okay. No, ma'am, he did not. No.
What kind of work do you do?
I am a stay-at-home mother. I have a special education child, and I stay at
Well, who supports your family?
I get a Social Security check for my son's disability, and I also get alimony from my first 13-year marriage.
Okay. Let me hear about the next loan that you allegedly made to him.
Mr. Lupersbeck got out of jail December the 13th of 2004.
Was that for domestic violence?
It was for a probation violation because of the domestic violence.
Against her?
Correct.
Go ahead.
Mr. Lupersbeck got out of jail on December the 13th, in which he called me, stated that he had nowhere to stay, nowhere to go. He wanted to come back home. I allowed that to happen. I know that he owed me money from before. I figured if I didn't let him come back home and help him.
Don't even say that. You said that in your complaint.
Well, that was.
Yeah, I don't believe it. When he came back home, did he sleep with you in your bed?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it was.
Shut! That's not to give him a place to stay. Giving him a place to stay is that he has a pillow and you go sleep on the couch. Letting him come home and share your bed is a totally different thing, Miss Krantz. You know it and I know it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I was just in love, and I was
Well, then you
foolish.
have to say that, you know. I mean, that's clear. You were in love with him?
And I was foolish.
Well, then why are you bothering me?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
My daughter was not with me. She had chose to live with her father.
Is she back now?
No, we are just now establishing our relationship together.
It's what happens when you fall in love with a bum.
And later today,
I was trying to get out of the vacation because I didn't want to be around any negative influences where I know that things are going on.
So why did you go?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Shelley Krantz says her ex-husband, Thomas Lupersbeck, owes for 2 loans to pay court fines and restitution. Shelley also says Thomas is an abuser.
Okay, you were foolish, you were in love, you gave him money.
I did.
Then you had a fight, and he probably knocked you around, and you had him incarcerated, and then he was violated again, and then as soon as he got out of jail, you let him come back again in December to your home where you have children, where children are supposed to be peaceful and live in a peaceful, quiet environment.
At that time, my daughter was not with me. She had chose to live with her father because of the things that had happened between Mr. Lupersbeck and I.
Is she back now?
No, we are just now establishing our relationship together.
Well, that's what happens. It's what happens when you fall in love with a bum. Fall in love with a bum, you can lose your whole family.
I realize that.
That would be you.
No, it wouldn't.
You may have a seat, sir. Yeah,
Sure.
that would be you.
Ma'am, I've worked every day since I've met this lady, and I was sleeping in my car before we were married and giving her my paycheck. I don't consider that being a bum so that her and her family can eat.
Just a second, sir. How did she get involved with the arrest that brought you 2 probation violations? Who'd you steal from her?
No, sir, ma'am, it was an employer that was refusing to pay me.
You mean an employer that was refusing to pay you? A judge wouldn't listen to you when you were trying to get your money from that employer? Look at you, Mr. Lubitschek. You can't even keep a straight face.
I didn't even try to go through a court. I just took what I felt he owed me.
Did that ever happen before, Mr. Lupersbeck?
No, ma'am.
Never were arrested before?
Yes, ma'am.
She didn't have anything to do with that, did she?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So how many times in total, I want you to think? How old are you?
26.
26. So you haven't had that long a life. How many times have you been arrested? Let's say more than 5?
15.
15. So you've been arrested 15 times. And how many times was she involved?
Twice.
Twice out of 50. So 13 times she was not. That makes you a bum.
Sure.
Just because you try to pay your own way and pay a little rent money doesn't make you not a bum. Somebody who's 26 years old has been arrested 15 times is a bum. That's what my grandmother would say.
She's entitled to her opinion.
It's my opinion's the only one who counts here.
Your Honor,
Listen to me, Ms. Krantz. Give me the second loan. He came out of jail in December of 2004. You took him back home. I assume it was at that point your daughter went to your ex-husband or before?
No, ma'am, that was in June.
In June of 2004?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so she had enough of him 6 months before.
Yes, ma'am.
So now let's fast forward to December 2004. Go ahead.
He came home. He was placed on intensive state probation. Part of his probation was that he was to get his license back and retain a job. So he asked if I would help him get his license reinstated. He promised me several times if I paid this for him that he would pay me back. He informed me that there were 2 tickets that he had to get paid.
All right, so you gave him how much, $800?
It was over $800.
All right, and then what happened after the 15th?
Shortly thereafter, we began to argue. Thomas still had a problem finding a job.
And?
We began to argue because he wouldn't get a job and he wouldn't pay me back the money that he owed me.
Is that what you were arguing about?
We were arguing because that's what we do. I guess that was one of the topics of conversation, sure.
Your Honor.
And what did you say to her?
I went and sat in the living room on the chair, and when the argument continued, I left.
What was she saying to you?
After about the first 10 minutes, I don't even know. I wasn't listening.
Is it possible she was saying to you, you have to get a job because you have to pay me back the money you owe me?
She did say that, and that's something that we already knew, but it was wintertime. I frame houses for a living, and framing jobs aren't so easy to find in the wintertime.
Well, this makes my life much easier because you see what you just said, Mr. Lubespec? You said that's what we were arguing about, you know, about the money that I owed her. But, you know, it's not so easy in the wintertime to get a job framing, and that's what I do for a living. So you know what that is, Mr. Lubespec?
What is it?
That is an acknowledgement that you owe her money.
Your Honor.
Shut!
Sorry.
That's what it is. You must have been before a lot of dumb judges in your time, sir.
Not that I know of.
Somebody who's been arrested and probably convicted more than half a dozen times, as far as I'm concerned, should probably be in jail forever. Listen to me carefully, sir. Did you give him a W-2 for his taxes?
Your Honor, it's a different form.
It's a different form.
1099.
Okay, so you gave him a 1099.
Yes, he's got that.
You have a short time to fill out your taxes, sir.
Correct, ma'am. April 15th.
Right. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $3,195, which is the amount requested. I don't believe, Mr. Lubespec, that you paid back this loan. Your final statement to me indicates that the last argument that you had with the plaintiff was over this loan. You decided to tune her out on the 15th of December. I tune you out now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
We can't communicate because both of us are hard-headed and didn't want to listen to the other one.
I'm just very hurt that I gave the defendant so many chances and tried to help him so much, and he still denied the fact that he owed me the money.
I love her very much.
I care about him, but I think I'm going to make smarter decisions from now on.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McLeish versus Kramer. Step forward.
21-year-old department store manager Ashley McLeish is suing her former friend, retail salesperson Angela Kramer, for her share of a trip to Las Vegas. Angela claims Ashley and her witness coerced her into going.
How old are you, Miss McLeish?
21.
Miss Kramer?
21.
You used to be really good friends, and you claim that Miss Kramer owes you for her share of a trip that the two of you took to Las Vegas.
Correct.
And Miss Kramer says she had a lousy time, right?
Yeah.
And in addition to having a lousy time, she never agreed to pay you back.
That is incorrect.
Miss Kramer, what do you do for a living?
I'm a student in a retail sales.
Where do you work?
I work at Mervin's.
You live by yourself?
No.
Who do you live with?
I live with my father.
In his house?
Yes.
Miss McLeish, what about you? You're a student?
Yeah, I go to Golden West College, and I'm a retail manager at Mervin's, and I live with my parents.
Okay, good. Now, you went on vacation?
Yes.
For how long?
3 days.
You were going there for what reason?
Because it was our 21st birthday, so me, her, and my witness wanted to have a good time, and on our 21st birthday, Vegas is like the place to be.
Good. So, you asked her to go with you?
Yes.
She said?
Yes.
And?
So I looked online for prices for hotel and airfare because we wanted to fly there. And after...
Did Miss Kramer say that you should put these charges on your credit card?
I agreed to put it on my credit card, and the agreement was that she would pay me back before we left on August 1st.
Your Honor, that's not...
Just a second. She didn't pay you back?
No, she hadn't paid me back.
What did she tell you about paying you back?
she said she'll get back to me. So I figured it was like she'd pay me back when we got back because we're having a great time. We both had fun. We went out to dinner, we went dancing, we went to clubs, we went and got VIP everything. We didn't have to pay for anything. And all she did was...
Why not?
Why not? Because the month before we had made a connection. Our friend knows a lot of like security guards, and he knows a lot of bouncers, so we got to get in free. We didn't have to wait in like 2-hour lines to get in the best clubs.
Okay, according to you, you had a good time.
Right.
Came back, she didn't pay.
Right.
Go.
I never agreed to pay. When she said that the hotel, the price of it, I said that's way too high and I'd rather just stay at my family's house because I can stay there for free.
So why didn't you?
Because when I told them that, they said, just don't worry about it.
And somebody dragged you on the plane?
Well, you know, it's my 21st birthday. I was trying to distance myself anyways, and that's why...
I'm asking you, somebody dragged you on the plane?
No.
Well, if you didn't want to go, why did you go?
Because they said, just don't worry about the costs.
Well, why would you think that they would take you away on vacation?
Because that's what they said.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
I actually have pictures, if I could show you, of her having a good time dancing.
I don't care whether she had a good time or whether she had a lousy time. It's irrelevant to me.
Your Honor, I was trying to get out of the vacation because I didn't want to go with them. And when they said, just come on, please go, I decided, fine, I'll go. Because they said, don't worry about any of the costs, don't worry about anything,
Your Honor,
just
may I
go.
say something, please?
Step up. Tell me your name.
My name is Lori Irigoyen. And we spoke to her the night before we left, and she said, yeah, she couldn't afford it. But then we said, okay, we've still put it on a credit card. You need to pay us back, or you need to pay Ashley back. She didn't want to do that. Well, you can't.
Well, what did she say?
She said, no, I don't have to pay you back. If I don't go, I shouldn't have to pay you back.
Exactly.
Why did you call the night before?
Because I had talked to them recently before that also, because what I was doing was I was talking to my backgrounds investigator, and when I was going through looking at the lie detector test and polygraph...
I have no idea what you're talking about now.
Well,
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
What it is I'm going for a future career in the criminal justice, and so I was talking to a backgrounds investigator, and she was showing me the polygraph test that you would have to be taking, and it had to ask questions about your friends and what you know about your friends, and that can make you fail and make it so you can't get into a premier area.
So
I
just
had
a minute, please.
I had decided that I didn't want to be around any negative influences where I know that things are going on.
So why did you go?
Because I made a mistake. I thought...
Good. Yeah, that's what you say. You say, I made a mistake. And when you make a mistake, what do? Pay! Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $296.45.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Party dice to train him. Your Honor, this is case number 457 in the matter of Jimenez versus Brooks. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
My money's on you.
Okay.
Ms. Jimenez, this used to be your boyfriend. You claim he has a bad temper, and while you were in the midst of an argument, he kicked your car and then body slammed you on your car, causing damage to your car.
Yeah.
Now you're suing him for damage to the car, but not damage necessarily to your body, which causes me some pause, because to me, if somebody took me and threw me against a car, I would sue him for hurting me, but I guess your car is important. And also, you say in another fit of rage, he broke your cell phone.
Yeah.
Mr. Brooks says, well, he did in fact break the cell phone.
Yes, ma'am.
But he says with regard to the car, you were trying to run him down, and he merely tried to protect himself by trying to hold back 3,000 pounds with his foot. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did this incident happen with your car, Miss Jimenez?
October 7th.
Where were you?
We were at my house.
How long had you been at your house?
About 3 minutes. We'd gotten into an argument right as we pulled up.
He was in your car?
He'd gotten out of the car and I was still in the car. And we'd gotten into an argument and I didn't want to get out of the car. I didn't want him to go into my house. So I told him I was going to take him home.
He was coming to your house for what?
To take a shower.
Why? He doesn't have a shower?
His shower didn't have a shower curtain, and I guess he liked my shower better.
His shower didn't have a shower curtain?
Yeah.
How do you do that, sir?
Oh, we just took baths.
You just took baths in your house?
Yeah.
Why don't you buy a shower curtain?
Lazy, I guess.
How long have you lived in this house without a shower curtain?
It was like 2 months.
2 months without a shower curtain?
Yes, ma'am.
Who lives there?
Well, it was just me and my brother at the time.
Did you used to live with your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
And your father?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they have a shower curtain?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So he was coming to your house to take a shower because he got tired of taking baths at his house.
Yeah.
Probably got tired because if he didn't have a shower curtain and only took baths, I guarantee you that he didn't clean the bathtub.
That's not true.
That is true.
She's lying.
No. Anybody that doesn't have time to buy a shower curtain doesn't have time to rub-a-dub-dub scrubbing out the bathtub. Anyway, okay. So you picked him up to take him to your house to take a shower. You got into an argument in the car. He got out of the car. You didn't want to get out of the car. You wanted to drive him home.
Yeah. Somehow my roommate got involved into this argument. And he went up to the house to confront my roommate, and he assaulted my roommate. And then after that, he came back out, assaulted me, and then...
Well, tell me how he assaulted you.
He pushed me to the ground and kicked me in the leg.
What was the fight about?
That he used me.
Used you?
Yeah.
Used you for what?
Well, he didn't have a car, you know, he didn't have very much money, and I was pretty much there for him.
Okay. So he threw you down on the ground and he kicked you twice. Go ahead.
He continued to follow me around, so I went and got in my car, and he continued to yell at me while I was in my car, and then he started...
What was he yelling?
I wasn't paying attention. I was just too disturbed by what he'd just done to me. And so I just sat in my car, and he kicked the hood, and then he kicked the side panel twice, and I have pictures here of the damages that he did.
That's not true, Your Honor. This didn't happen at her house. This happened at my house.
That's not true. She was telling the truth. She picked you up from your house without a shower curtain and took you to her house that did have a shower curtain to take a shower.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go into the house and take a shower?
No, I had gotten into a fight with her roommate.
Okay, about what?
Because he said that I was using her. So I went up to the door, and I asked him if he said something, and he said he did. So he was walking away, and I kept following him, and then I hit him.
You hit him?
Yeah.
What are you, nuts?
No, ma'am.
Where did you hit him?
Well, I didn't really hit him. I kind of put... He was...
He hit him
as
in
he
the head.
Shh. She's lying.
No, look, just a minute. You just said you hit him.
Well, I pushed him in the back of his head as he was walking away. You know, kind of like that.
Not true.
Yeah, it is. And after that, we went into the backyard. We argued for a minute.
Who argued?
Me and him.
Well, I certainly would argue with you. I'd probably call the police. And then you got back into the car?
And she took me home.
So what happened when you got home?
Well, we got home. We were going to go out that night. I said I didn't want to go to the club she wanted to go, so she got mad. She was in her brother's car at the time. She thought I stole her keys. She kept coming over there after she went home from the club. My witness is right here. Okay, she was cussing, just ran into my house, didn't knock or anything, just walked in. We're in there chilling, you know. She said, "Where are my keys? Where are my keys?" I said, "I don't have your keys." She leaves and comes back, leaves and comes back. She does this like 3 times, okay? Finally, she comes back with her car. And she said, "Where's my keys? Where are my keys?" She's drunk, by the way. I said, "Dude, you're stupid. If I have your keys, how are you in your car?" Okay, so I had to...
That's right. She said, "Dude, you're stupid." Is that what you said?
That's exactly what I said. So I had to physically take her out of my house to put her in the car. Okay, as I did that, she was backing up. She backed up like this, and then she went forward like she was going to hit me. And I kicked the car. I did kick the car, but she was trying to hit me.
But she wasn't in the car when she did that.
Yeah,
That was my brother's car. That was not my car.
I had put her in the car.
You would put her in the car?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brooks, how long was Miss Jimenez your girlfriend?
2.5, 3 months, maybe.
Did you like her?
Yeah.
Why would you put her in her car if she was drunk?
Because she wouldn't get out of my house.
Weren't you concerned that maybe she would hurt herself driving around drunk in the car?
Yes, ma'am, but she does that all the time anyway. She always drives around drunk. Every time we go to the club, we're both drunk and she drives.
That makes you Dumb and Dumber. If you get into the car with somebody who's driving while they're intoxicated, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, why are you so stupid?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, we both drive drunk. I mean, I know how to drive when I'm drunk. I don't know.
You don't have any children or anything, do you?
Well, I do have a daughter.
Well, I was going to suggest you not do that. Now, you want to talk to me?
Okay.
Tell me your name.
My name is Derek.
Derek, you have a last name.
Villanueva.
Villanueva.
Yes, ma'am.
Did I pronounce that well?
That's fine.
But, so if I wasn't so good at pronouncing your last name, we'll just call you Derek.
That's fine.
Derek, were you a witness to this incident that happened on October the 7th?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me where you were, Derek.
I was in Ronnie's house, sitting on the couch, playing the PlayStation.
Everybody's got a PlayStation. PlayStation he has, shower curtain he doesn't have.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The entire world knows that the two of you drive drunk. So if you get behind the wheel and kill somebody, it's not an accident anymore. Do we understand each other?
And later today,
I was violated because I had a dirty pee test because I smoked weed or whatever. And I had to do 3 months, and I got out, had a baby, get out of my mom's
Sounds like the
house.
American dream to me.
Yeah.
Sit down.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amy Jimenez says her ex-boyfriend, Ronnie Brooks, owes for kicking a dent into her car and for breaking her cell phone. Ronnie says Amy was drunk on the night in question.
Go ahead.
Well, first I heard a noise to the left, and it was a foot coming through the door. That would be her foot. So Ronnie took her to the car. Well, like he said, she tried to run over him whenever she backed up and then came forward, and that's what I had seen. I also saw them yelling at each other, but I didn't see him hit her.
He didn't hit her.
No, ma'am.
Because I read her complaint, and her complaint doesn't say he hit her.
That was because his friends were around that time.
Well, I mean,
his friends weren't around him when you filled out this complaint, madam.
Ma'am, she was also drunk, so, I mean, she doesn't even remember me.
Oh, you kicked her car.
I kicked it, yeah, but she tried to run me over.
Yeah, but you kicked it on the side.
He also slammed me on the hood several times.
I made one dent on that car.
He did only kick it once.
I only kicked it one time.
You kicked it once?
One time.
Very good, because these pictures were taken 2.5 months later, right?
They were. My father took those pictures because I did not have a camera at the time.
Well, that's too bad. 2.5, almost 3 months later, you don't bring pictures in of a car.
Your Honor, I filed the police report later on, like a month later. I was terrified of
A month later?
He promised me he was going to fix my car, and I was waiting for him to fix it. I went over to his house several times.
Just a second, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, ma'am.
I tend to believe the fact that you kicked her car, and I tend to believe the fact that she was drunk.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe you, because otherwise she would have filed this police report the next day if it happened the way she said it happened. She waited a month, something happened, and I don't know, we even know whether you saw each other socially during that month. Did you or did you not?
Yes, ma'am. About 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, we did.
Where did you go 2 or 3 weeks afterwards?
She always went to my house after that happened.
I have to go to his house because he doesn't have a car.
You mean after this happened, you went to his house?
His roommate lived with him, and I knew if there was other people around, he wouldn't.
Just a second. I don't care whether his roommate was there or not. You're making this up as you're going along, Miss Jimenez.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, because if you're terrified of somebody, you don't go to their house. That's not what happens. You stay away from them, whether their roommate is there or not.
I was trying to get my car fixed, Your Honor.
Oh, please, give me a break, will you please? Tell me about how you broke her cell phone, sir.
Well, that was at her house whenever I had just got through getting to that confrontation with her roommate. She didn't want to take me home at first, and my clothes were in her car, so I just told her to open her car, and I would walk home. Okay, she didn't want to, so I just grabbed her cell phone and threw it across the parking lot.
And how much did you pay for your cell phone?
She didn't. She got another one free.
Did you get another one free?
Yes. That's what you told me last week.
My friend bought me another cell phone because I couldn't afford to get another cell phone.
Okay. Now, how much do you think it's going to cost to pull out the dents in this car?
For the particular part that I kicked, $400, because she had showed me the estimate. She went to my house and showed me, and I said I'd pay for that.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $480. $400 for the kick to the car and $80 for the cell phone. Stay away from each other. Stay away from him.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And by the way, one more thing. The entire world knows that the two of you now drive drunk. So if you get behind the wheel of a car and kill somebody, it's not an accident anymore. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand me? Perfect.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
My roommate told me that he thought Ronnie was using me.
He didn't have a job, and she was taking him everywhere, and I told her that he was the one that was using her.
Ronnie did use me. He's scum. He's very violent.
No more. That's over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Fernandez versus Holt. Step forward.
18-year-old homemaker April Fernandez is suing her boyfriend's sister, 24-year-old nurse's assistant Sheba Holt, for the return of a security deposit. Sheba says she kept the money because April ran up a $400 phone bill.
Miss Fernandez, I assume this is your boyfriend?
Yes.
Your brother?
Yes.
According to what I read, Miss Fernandez, in your complaint, you had been living with Miss Holt.
Her mother.
And
Correct.
she lived there too?
Yes.
With a boyfriend. And there came a time when you and Miss Holt decided to rent an apartment together. You gave her a deposit, $300.
Yes.
And then you changed your mind.
Yes.
Why did you change your mind?
During the time my son was in the hospital, and she would come up and visit.
Is he the father of that child?
Yes, he is.
How old is that child?
Now he's 5 months actually.
Go ahead.
And during the time my son was in the hospital for surgery, he was only a couple weeks old, and my boyfriend and I planned to get our own apartment. We were living at his mom's house rent-free, and we were trying to save our money to get our own apartment. She came up with the idea that let's live together and we'll split the rent. So I went along with it. She picked me up, took me to the bank, I withdrawed money, and the day later I got released from the hospital, asked her to pick me up, and she never showed up. So I changed my mind and I asked for my money back, and she never paid me back.
That's incorrect. She lived with me because that is my home also. I pay half the bills, I pay the phone bill, I pay half the mortgage, everything. Me and my mother share the home. And so, yes, she was living with me under my roof.
That's fine. She gave you $300. You don't deny she gave you $300.
No, I don't deny that she gave me $300, but I also don't believe that I owe her $300.
Well, that's what you have to explain to me.
Well, I have a phone bill here from when she stayed at my house. I did say that she can stay rent-free until after she had her child, but I didn't say that she can run my phone bill up.
Incorrect.
And so when I got my phone bill and seen all these collect calls that she accepted from that young man who was in jail, I didn't feel like I needed to pay her $300 due to the fact that mortgage was due. We were all still living in that house.
Okay, I got it. Step. Ms. Holt, let me tell you this. Generally speaking, you can't do what you want to do, which is write off the $300. And I understand you gave her $70 back.
Yes, I did, because I felt
and you
bad.
acknowledge she gave you $70 back.
Yes, she did.
You can't decide that you're going to hold that for bills unless you had a contract that provided that she was to pay a phone bill.
Why would I need a...
Listen to me. Why? I don't know why. I have no idea why. She was staying at your house with a baby. He's in jail for what?
Anything.
What, me? But no.
Oh, I was in jail for a probation violation because I didn't show up to court, failure to appear. And so I had a warrant for my arrest, and I got put in jail for 2.5 months. Then I got out, and...
What had you been convicted of?
What have I been convicted of?
That was my question. You have the answer.
Well, I got convicted of, what was it again? It was, it was grand theft, but that was in 2000.
2000 grand theft. I want to know what you were violated on, sir. What underlying crime were you violated on?
I was violated because I had a dirty pee test because I, smoked weed or whatever.
Oh, my God.
So I got in trouble for that, and I had to do 3 months, and I got out, had a baby, and, I wanted to get myself together and get out of my mom's house.
Sounds like the American dream to me.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Okay.
I have enough. Ms. Holt,
Your Honor.
Ms. Holt, listen to me very carefully.
Sure.
You owe her $230. Who are you living with now?
I still live at my same house.
Perfect. With your mother?
Yes.
Now, what about him?
And he comes in and out as he pleases, bringing his little entourage to come live on me.
Do you know why that is, Ms.
Why?
Holt? Because your mother permits it.
Well, anyhow, I
listen
live
to
there,
me.
though,
No,
and I
listen.
pay half of the bills.
Am I speaking? When I speak, you don't. Take your hand off your hip. Only attitude here is mine.
That's right.
Your problem is you live with your mother. This is her baby.
No,
No. He's her baby. You're grown up. You work, right?
Yes.
You help pay the bills?
Yes.
You have a responsible job?
Yes.
You've had it for how long?
Forever.
Forever?
Yes.
He will always be her baby because he's never going to grow up. He's never going to be responsible. You have to find your own place because your mother is always going to let him come back into the house. Always going to let him come back with his entourage, and it's always going to irritate you. So if you want to be free of that stress and aggravation, find your own place. Now I'm going to listen to you.
Okay, Judge, I just don't understand why she is suing me when I pulled her out of a situation where her mother, she's pregnant at 18 years old, 17, and her mother's getting ready to send her to jail pregnant, you know what I'm saying?
My mother, I don't want you to interrupt her.
And, all these things, and she's putting her out, and I stopped what I was doing when this fool called me from jail saying, can you rescue my broad? So I go get her, bring her to my house, you know what I'm saying? Let her live in my room, rent-free, and this is what I get. This is what I get in return. I get sued for taking care of this youngster.
Miss Holt.
She's wrong. I'm wrong for taking her into my home.
Don't speak.
Letting her use me, that's what I'm wrong for.
Miss Holt.
Yes, ma'am.
You are morally correct. You cannot, however, take her $230. Do I think that she's right to sue you after living, you know,
on me
with
for over 6 months?
Do I think so? I think she lacks a certain amount of character.
Yes.
Right? But it looks like for every pot there's a cover. You get it? You get it?
Yes, I do.
Good. I'm glad I gave you a good laugh. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $230. Listen, don't be such a good person anymore.
You're right about that.
And find your own place, because your mother's always going to take him back. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step. Your Honor, case number 445 on the calendar in the matter of Campbell versus Noguera. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Campbell, you and Mr. Noguera lived together for a period of time. You were both signatories on a lease.
At one moment in time.
Well, it was more than a moment.
Yes.
According to your complaint, he asked you to leave the apartment. You did leave. And you left after you paid that month's rent. So you want that portion of the rent back that you paid.
Correct.
And in addition, since Mr. Noguera asked you to leave, and you claim that he said he would take care of it, his cousin or somebody, your uncle, was going to move in, and did move in to the apartment, that you should be off the hook for the rest of the rent. Mr. Noguera left owing rent on the apartment. Is that right, sir?
That's correct.
And according to you, the landlord is coming after you for the money.
Both of us, yes.
Let me see the notification from the landlord.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When did you move in together?
About the middle of April of last year.
And when did you move out?
The beginning of June of last year.
Why did you move out?
We had broken up and I was forced to move out. I was kicked out.
What do you mean you broke up and you were forced to move out?
I came home. He was very disgruntled with me, upset, and he kicked me out.
Well, what did he say?
He basically said that he didn't want me in his house and in his bed, which it was all partially mine too. And the next morning I grabbed my stuff as much as I could and left.
Is that right?
Yeah, but not exactly, Judge. That's not exactly the way everything went
Is
down.
it close?
It's close, yes.
So you told her you didn't want her around anymore?
No, it was a mutual thing. You know what I mean? We had been together for a while, and she had been going through some financial problems, and I had started to feel like I was raising her almost, like I was her dad. You know what I mean? I was teaching her a lot of things, and I felt like she was trying to
I'm not interested.
play house with me.
Listen to me. I'm not interested. Did you ask her to leave?
I thought it would be a good idea. She left, and she agreed.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm just asking you. You didn't kick her out. You didn't punch her.
No,
kick
no,
her, throw her.
exactly.
I'm just asking you. Did you ask her to leave?
Yeah, I thought yes, I did.
And did you, in fact, tell her, Mr. Noguera, that your uncle was going to move in?
My uncle was planning to move in to help me with my share of the rent.
No, Mr. Noguera, that's stupid.
That's not
Let me explain. That's stupid.
I mean, we agreed upon her leaving. When the time that it's my responsibility.
Listen to me very carefully.
To pay for the rent.
Listen to me very carefully.
Okay, go.
Before you say anything that's going to make you look stupid.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, because you don't appear to be a really stupid man.
Thank you. I'd appreciate it.
I said you don't appear to be a really stupid man, Mr. Noguera. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to prove me right.
Okay.
Two people rent an apartment together, and each one of them is paying half the rent. One person says, I don't think it's a good idea that we live together anymore. I think you should leave. And my uncle is going to be moving in. Would you think, sir, that a reasonable person would assume that the rent that your uncle pays would go towards your half of the rent?
Yes, a reasonable
Yes.
person would say
I
that,
just
yes.
wanted to make sure.
Okay.
You see how smart you're getting? Who are you?
I'm the uncle.
You get it, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
On his moving in, being that her name was still on the lease, isn't it her responsibility to still pay her rent?
I asked the question. Shut quiet.
Yes or no?
Mr. Noguera,
Okay.
listen to me carefully, sir.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Right.
Excuse me.
I ask the questions.
I'm sorry.
I don't answer the
I
questions.
apologize.
What I'm telling you, sir, is between the two of you and the landlord, you're still responsible. Both of you, still responsible, individually and jointly. So we can come after both of you.
Right.
Right? But I assume that he is serious because he keeps sending you these nasty letters. Has anybody gotten served with a letter from an attorney?
I do have a actually money judgment and a notice to vacate that was canceled.
May I see it? And on what basis was it canceled, madam?
It was canceled because he moved out the day prior to it actually being served.
I see. So this was a dispossess. They just wanted him out because he hadn't been paying rent. Now, why hadn't you been paying rent, Mr. Noguera?
Well, after she left, the burden of the rent was so overwhelming for me I couldn't pay it anymore. You know what I mean? He had moved in to help me with the rent and help us out, but with my work, I'm in construction, so it started falling off a little bit, and I couldn't afford it anymore. So I didn't have anywhere to go, and I had to be there not paying rent. I realized that that's a big problem with my apartments and stuff, so I had to move, and I got my stuff together when I could, and I did leave at that time.
You want to say anything?
No, I don't.
That's a real good idea.
I think.
And who is this?
That's my wife.
And when did she move in?
She didn't move in.
When did she come to stay?
She didn't come to stay.
When did she sleep there?
Well, I don't know. Okay.
When did she sleep there?
She had never. Well, she came over and she would hang out with me, but she never moved in or brought her stuff over.
Mr. Noguera, you are an amoral person who thinks that you can get along with a glib tongue and a smile. I got news for you, sir. I am not impressed. I don't find you either attractive or adorable.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Maybe you had bad upbringing. Maybe your parents didn't know how to raise you.
My parents are excellent parents.
Then they are disappointed in you. Because either you didn't learn the lessons or they didn't teach them to you. Which one is it?
And later today,
dogs grabbed a hold of the chicken and was shaking it and chewing on it, and I screamed and yelled to get him to leave.
Then I got my shoes on and grabbed the gun and went outside.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Nina Campbell says her ex-boyfriend, Orlando Noguera, kicked her out of their shared apartment. Now she is liable for the lease.
I find what you're doing here today really reprehensible. You're trying to make excuses for conduct that you can't excuse. You did the wrong thing. You stiffed the landlord for no reason other than the fact you had your uncle living with you. Between the two of you, you looked as if you went out at 8 o'clock in the morning from 8 to 8, collected cans and turned them in. You could collect enough money. You look as if neither one of you has missed a meal in a very long time. You stiffed the landlord. You try to put the burden, I'm speaking, you try to put the burden on your former girlfriend of this, which is really your responsibility. It is your responsibility, and you come here with a glib attitude and think that I'm going to find you adorable. Well, I'm quite frankly, sir, I don't. I think that if you came here and said, listen, I fell on hard times, I didn't have the money, I know it's the wrong thing to do, I didn't do the right thing, then I would say, okay, he's not a bum. But when you ask her to leave, and she doesn't want to live in this apartment with you anymore, you're not getting along, you asked her to leave. I'm speaking. She left. She did what you asked for. You moved somebody else in. You moved your uncle. Then for a period of time, your now wife was living with you.
She was never living with us.
Sir, I guarantee you that there were nights that she stayed over.
Well, because she stayed over doesn't mean she was living there.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. Don't you get it? You treated it as your apartment, and you didn't pay rent. You stiffed the landlord, and you forced him to go to court and spend legal fees, spend money, in order to get you out of the apartment, because that's a scam. What do you do for a living?
I'm in construction. I do windows and doors.
You work for a company?
That's correct.
You get paid every week?
Definitely.
You like to get paid every week?
It's my favorite part.
Good. You're a smart aleck. But I'm going to tell you, you wouldn't like it if you worked for a week and your boss decided not to pay you. And if you worked for 2 weeks and your boss decided not to pay you, I guarantee you, you and your uncle over here would be on a picket line outside alleging lots of things. Well, that's the way your landlord makes money. Your landlord is in construction, and his construction is he has apartments that he rents to people who use his property, and he expects to get paid, just like you expect to get paid for your work. And when you don't do that, when you're just a wise guy, maybe you've had bad upbringing, maybe your parents didn't know how to raise you.
My parents are excellent parents.
I want to tell you something, sir. Then they are disappointed in you. Well, because either you didn't learn the lesson, or they didn't teach them to you. It could only be either one of two things. Either they didn't teach them to you, which makes them bad parents, or you didn't learn them. Which one is it? Could only be those two things, sir.
Okay.
Either you didn't learn them.
It's that I didn't learn.
Right. You didn't learn them. So what you have to do is you have to assume responsibility. And as soon as I see a lawsuit directed against either one of you for what is owed on this lease. I'm going to enter a judgment against you for the full amount. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's your responsibility. You can't grow up expecting somebody else to take care of you. Her, the landlord, your uncle, somebody else, your wife, whatever. You work?
Yes, I do.
Good. You better hold on to your job. You got my judgment?
Clear.
That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
We moved into the place and it felt like she was playing house.
I think it was kind of funny because I was not home a lot because I was working a full-time job and going to school. I had 14-hour days. I had no time for home.
She stayed out all night till about 4 in the morning, wants to crawl into bed next to me. I'm not going to have that. No way.
That was the one moment in time. It was the night that we broke up that I came home late because I just needed to get out.
Very bad experience and a lesson learned.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Davis versus Choris. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Catherine Davis is suing her neighbor, airline pilot Philip Choris, for the cost of a chicken and for pain and suffering. Catherine says Philip's dogs got into her yard and attacked her pet hen.
Miss Davis, I assume that you and the defendant are neighbors. Is that right?
Yes.
And you live in a rural community?
Yes.
Where is that?
In Gore, Maine.
How large a property do you have?
About 7 acres.
And you keep chickens?
4 of them.
Any other animals?
A rabbit and a cat.
Mr. Soros, how large a property do you have, sir?
A little over 1 acre, Your Honor.
And you have dogs?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have a chocolate lab and a black lab.
Is your property fenced?
No, Your Honor.
According to your complaint, Miss Davis, Mr. Soros's 2 dogs somehow found their way onto your property and attacked one of your hens, leaving it practically dead.
Practically.
Very injured. And as a result of that, your father shot the hen to put it out of its misery, and you want Mr. Soros to compensate you not only for the hen, but also for the trauma because your daughter witnessed this attack on the hen. And Mr. Soros has 2 defenses. One, that his dogs didn't kill your hen, your father did. And the second is, there was an accident because his dogs just got out when he opened the garage door. You have any other defenses that you want me to hear, Mr. Soros?
Yes, Your Honor. I question the nature of the attack, being that within 45 seconds to a minute following Miss Davis's screams, I was in her yard, and I witnessed the chicken entirely intact, unbloodied, making what I would consider normal chicken noises.
Okay.
Didn't take just 1 shot,
Here we
but
go.
2 shots to kill it, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Miss Davis, when did this happen?
Wednesday, October 20th, 2004.
Ever had any difficulty with each other before?
No, but his dogs have been in my yard before.
Did you ever discuss that with him?
No, I didn't know where they belonged.
So when you saw his dogs in the yard, what did you do?
Usually I just shoot them away, but this time they didn't want to leave.
Okay, tell me what you observed.
We were standing in a window looking out the window at some deer, and all of a sudden 2 dogs come running in the yard, so I ran outside to scare them away. The dogs grabbed a hold of the chicken and was shaking it and chewing on it, and I screamed and yelled to get them to leave. Next thing I know, Mr. Soros is standing in the bushes wanting to know what was going on, and I asked him if those were his dogs several times, and he wouldn't admit that they were.
Can I see a photograph, please?
There's also one of my live ones. They look a little different.
Your Honor, I'd like to please note that the photograph is on the back deck, and that when I saw the chicken, it was alive and well, sitting atop an egg at the back of the yard.
No, actually the egg was on the side of it.
The chicken was sitting on an egg.
Just a second, don't argue with him. He's going to have a chance. He doesn't know that yet, but he's going to have a chance. Well, I'd like to hear from your father.
Okay.
Your last name is?
Trainer.
Mr. Triner, tell me what you observed on the 20th of October.
We were looking out the bedroom window watching the couple of deer that were in the backyard, and I noticed the dogs, and I told Kathy the dogs were out there. She got her shoes on and left to go outside, and I got my shoes on and grabbed the gun and went outside. And when we got out there, the dogs had pretty well tore the chicken up.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the chicken's neck was broke. The egg which the chicken had laid that day was out on the ground. And the chicken was suffering, so I shot it.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to let you stay seated, okay? You think your grandpa and your mom told the story enough?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now I'll hear you. How did your dogs get out?
Well, I let them out, Your Honor. I was in the backyard playing with my dogs and my son, and I went into the garage for a moment to get something off the workbench, and I heard screaming from the backyard, so I immediately ran towards the woods that separated my yard from Miss Davis's, at which time my two dogs came running from the woods, so I could assume that they had been in her yard. I grabbed them by the collar and put them in the fenced portion of my yard and scooped up my son and put him in the house. Then I immediately ran into Miss Davis's yard, and she was standing next to a chicken, and she was visibly upset and screaming, and I looked down at the chicken, and it was sitting with its wings folded, apparently in its nest, and making normal chicken sounds. And she was very upset. Her father came over with a high-powered air rifle and shot it in the back of the neck at point-blank range. The chicken was still alive after the first shot, so I questioned how injured it may have been. Secondly, he cocked the rifle again, shot it a second time.
Why do you think he did that? Do you think that he's some sort of a sadist, sir?
I don't think he's trained in veterinary medicine, and the decision to put an animal down is not one that anybody can make.
How much do your dogs weigh, sir?
Each about 75 pounds.
And how much did the hen weigh, do you think?
2 or 3 pounds.
And you think that if they just picked it up in their mouth and say that they weren't looking to hurt the hen, they would just look and play with it?
Well, if
sending it back and forth.
If they did that, Your Honor, they're very courteous dogs because they set it right back down on the egg.
You are responsible. And what you have to say is, I assume that responsibility. Because this gentleman did not shoot this hen out of sport. He may have been mistaken when he believed that the hen was so seriously injured that it could not have recovered. And maybe he was wrong when he said that the hen's neck was broken. That's still your fault.
Your Honor.
That's still, listen to me, that's still your fault. But for your irresponsibility, it wouldn't have happened. So you better be careful with your dogs. Because if instead of the hen, the dogs went over and decided to play with her daughter and inadvertently bit her because she was flailing her arms because she was frightened, that wouldn't be her fault. That would be your dog's fault. That would be your fault.
My dogs have no history of such behavior, Your Honor. If they had,
you're a dumb man. You are really a dumb man. You're not getting my message. You are so fixed in your position that you're not getting my message. What do you do for a living?
I'm a pilot.
Well, maybe that's why you're fixed, because you have to follow instructions, and if you don't follow instructions and veer off course to the letter, you can cause a great deal of damage. You're also supposed to use common sense as a pilot. You're suing for $4,500. That's outrageous. But Mr. Soros has to get the message. Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may versus Snow. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat.
Mr. Keaton, according to your complaint, sir, you are a property owner. You own a home.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And on your property, amongst other things, there's an avocado tree.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm a city girl. I didn't even know how avocados came, whether they were hatched or grew on a vine, but now I know. Avocados are generated in trees.
Correct.
According to what I read, Mr. Snow here was stealing your avocados.
That's correct.
Shh. No. You have to be quiet. Was stealing your avocados. And during the course of this altercation, he assaulted you.
Yes, he did.
And injured you.
Correct.
You want to be compensated for that.
That's right.
For that injury. Mr. Snow, while he acknowledges that he was stealing your avocados, sort of, says that you provoked this incident by throwing one of the avocados at his girlfriend who was sitting in the truck. Now, Mr. Snow, I'm going to start with you. You were, in fact, taking avocados from a tree that belonged to Mr. Keaton.
Yes, Your Honor.
I would like you to describe to me how you were doing that.
I actually was driving down the street, and I pulled up under the tree, which actually hangs over the street. I have pictures I could show you as well.
Where are they?
They're right here, Your Honor.
Good. What were you driving down the street in?
A Dodge truck.
Where were you going?
I take care of a mentally disabled person. I was going down to just acquaint with him and take him out to breakfast.
Where does he live?
About 8 houses down from Mr. Keaton.
So you pass this property regularly?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many times have you taken property from Mr. Keaton?
Your Honor, I took it one time prior. I had taken avocados, and
how many did you take?
I'd say around 20, 25.
What did you do with them?
Made guacamole, Your Honor.
Well, you took them because you took them because you felt that you were entitled to take them because the branches hung over into the street. Is that what you're telling me?
Somewhat, Your Honor. It was really easy for me to stand in the back of my truck. I didn't get out and climb into his tree from his property. I merely parked my truck in a legal manner and stood in the back and reached up and picked the avocados.
Okay. Did you know it was the wrong thing to do, sir?
Yes, I did. Very stupid.
So you knew it was stupid?
I knew it was stupid.
And you knew it was wrong. Now, on what date did this altercation take place, Mr. Snow?
Ma'am, I don't recall.
Mr. Keaton?
I know exactly the date, Your Honor. February 29th, 2004. It was a Sunday morning, about 10:30.
Now, you were going to see this person that you take care of?
Yes, ma'am.
On your way there, you decided to stop by and get some avocados?
It was a rather spontaneous event. I just kind of was driving down the street. I saw him up there, was thinking guacamole. Didn't think it was much of a big deal. I didn't think it would blow up into this and get us out of control as it did.
But you didn't just take 1 or 2 avocados, Mr. Snow, did you?
No, I think I probably had about 20.
Tell me how you got them.
I pulled under the tree and stood in the back of my truck and I was pulling them off. And I had there was a branch hanging down so low that I climbed up into the tree.
This time you actually...
So yeah.
This time you actually trespassed...
From my truck, I grabbed a branch and I climbed into the tree and I was picking them off and throwing them onto his grass, actually.
Now, Mr. Snow, let's say you're walking along the street and you could pick your hand up and you could pull down an avocado. Still, it belongs to somebody else, but you're taking one. But you didn't take one, you were a pig.
Yes, ma'am, I was a pig.
Oh, yeah, I can't even walk up a sweat with this guy. Perfect.
Happens sometime.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so you're home and you hear something going on outside. You walked outside. What did you see, Mr. Keaton?
Well, actually, I didn't hear anything outside. I had a job to do for a friend across town. I was going to cut some tree roots out and remove a stump for this lady.
This is not particularly germane to the case, what you were going to do across town?
No, but it's setting up the point that I'm walking to my truck with my tools to put into the truck. His truck was partially blocking the driveway with his passenger sitting in the front seat. And as I decided, well, I better ask her to move the truck, it started raining avocados from my avocado tree. And that's when I noticed Mr. Snow in the top of the tree, but I'd say at least 16 to 20 foot high into the tree, standing on branches, leaning on others, picking avocados as fast as he could. And at one point, I thought it might be necessary to retrieve his license plate number. By the time I got to the back of the vehicle, he was coming thumping down onto the grass, jumped out of the tree. How far he jumped, I have no idea. I'm surprised he didn't hurt himself. But I indicated that he had not seen or paid attention to my 3 no trespassing signs.
What did you say to him?
I told him to get the hell out of my tree.
Okay.
And if you would like to see some of the signs that I have here that depict what was right in line with the cab, not only of where he parked or where his passenger was sitting, they're clearly marked.
Keep off the tree. Keep going.
And then at that point, he did offer $3 for...
No. So far you told him to get out of your tree, and he did.
Yes,
so
and
let's go back to the conversation. Get out of the tree. You heard him jump down from the tree. Then what happened next?
Well, I think I demanded payment at 50 cents a piece for those avocados.
Exactly. What did you say? If you remember, tell me what you said.
I know I asked him for 50 cents a piece for the avocados. He did bring his wallet out and says, I can offer you $3. That's all I have. I says, you've really picked more than you can afford to pick. And I think maybe this is time where you should meet the sheriff department. Well, he slowly bent down and decided, well, I'm going to pick your effing avocados, old man. What are you going to do about it?
Is that what he said to you?
Absolutely.
Is that what you said to him?
No, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He didn't hit your girlfriend.
Yes, he did.
Bull.
Bull?
Bull. That's exactly what I said to you.
As bull? Bull what?
As in baloney.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kenneth Keaton says he was assaulted by Dustin Snow after he caught him stealing avocados from his tree.
Go ahead.
There's no way I jumped 20 feet out of the tree.
Okay, so you jumped out of the tree because you knew you were doing something wrong.
I knew I was doing something wrong,
Okay,
so I
so
got
you
down to
jumped out.
confront him, and I was very rational and patient with him. I said, okay, I'm sorry about this. I said, well, what do we do here? Because I don't want any trouble. He said, you leave your truck and your girlfriend here, and you walk your ass down to the bank, and you get me 50 cents for every avocado.
Well, so far he didn't know that you didn't have enough money to pay him.
Well,
So
he
you
didn't know. He didn't know. Yeah, this was.
No, just
this
a
was
second.
about 15 minutes.
Just a second. So you must have taken out your wallet and went to give him some money and said, this is all I have.
Yeah, because I didn't want any problems.
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
And he said, well, that's not going to do it. You picked 20 avocados. And then, according to you, he said, well, you're going to leave your truck and your girlfriend and you go to the bank and get me some money.
Walk. He wanted me to walk.
Walk. Right. Like you were climbing the tree. He wanted you to walk to the bank.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. What happened next? Come on. I'm still waiting for a rebuttal to what he says that you told him that day.
About the effing avocados that he said?
Yes.
I don't recall saying that at all.
What do you recall saying to him?
I recall being very rational and patient with him, saying, hey, look, buddy, I don't want any problems. I pulled out my wallet and said, look, this is all I have is $3. I'll even leave these. I made a pile of them right there on his property. I set them aside. I said, here's your avocados. Here's $3. I'm not gonna leave my girlfriend in my truck here, walk however many miles to the bank.
I absolutely agree with you. Go ahead.
And I said, he had my driver's license number. If he needed to get the police going into it, he could have.
So what'd you do next?
After that point, it got kind of stupid. We were sitting there just saying, okay, well, you do this, you do this. I said, I'm not doing it. I went back and forth. I said, okay, that's enough. I looked at my girl. I said, sweetheart, we're going to get out of here. I might have said, let's get the F out of here. Might have used a bad word. Walked around to the front of my truck to get into my truck.
By that time, you were in the...
we were on his front lawn. I put the avocados in a pile.
You walked to get into the driver's side of your truck.
Right, I went around the front of my truck.
Did you open the door?
Yes, I just got to open the door.
And where is he?
He is sitting directly point blank in front of the passenger, which is my girlfriend.
Okay, so he's sitting there.
Oh, not sitting, standing.
He's standing.
Right in front of the pile of avocados that I had made for him.
Okay, good. And you had the door open.
And I said, this is enough. This is stupid. He's got our license plate. He can call the police and make a report if he wants.
Fine.
We're out of here.
And
we're out of here.
Keep going.
And then as soon as I went and opened my door, I hear loud thumps. And I look across, and I kind of look through the console of the car. And there was at least 3 avocados, at least 2, probably 3 thrown. I have dents in my truck. It was point blank at my girlfriend. I have pictures of the dents if you would like to see them.
I'm more interested in seeing the picture of your girlfriend.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
No. I'm more interested in seeing the picture of your girlfriend's injury, because that's what you say. You say she was injured.
No, she got hit. We didn't go to the hospital or anything. She wasn't hurt. She was hit, but not hurt.
Okay, keep going.
She kind of put her hands up to defend herself.
So that didn't hit her?
Well, one hit her, yes.
Where? In the hand?
In the arm, yeah.
You believe. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
So I went around the front of my truck, and, he was assaulting my girlfriend. He brought violence into the situation.
Just keep going, sir.
So I ran towards him, and I grabbed him by the back of the legs around his knees, pulled his feet out, and just put him on his butt. Now, Your Honor, I'm a very strong man. I could have done a lot of damage to this fella, but I kept my wits about me, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to beat up on this old guy. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want any of this. I wanted to leave.
Why didn't you leave?
Because he's pelting me and my girl with avocados.
Take you 2 seconds, get into the car, close the window, and leave. Take you less time to do that than close the door, walk around the truck, and pull his legs out from under him.
I didn't feel like fleeing, Your Honor.
You didn't feel like not fleeing,
no.
Leaving.
Well, after he's pelting avocados in my truck, that wouldn't be very smart of me.
Oh, it would have been very smart of you.
Why?
Why? I usually don't answer questions, especially questions that are stupid, but I'm going to answer your question, sir, because according to what you just told me, this situation that was instigated by your criminal activity had begun to escalate into violence. And smart people, when they are faced with a situation of escalating violence, extricate themselves from the situation. Do not put themselves into the situation with gusto.
Most people don't, but I did.
Then you're responsible for his injury, sir.
Even though he started with the violence.
He didn't start it, sir. You broke the law. You trespassed on his property. And to be quite honest with you, Mr. Snow, he didn't hit your girlfriend. According to you, according to what you said in your answer, which is different from what you're saying now, you said he threw one through an open passenger window from point blank range and hit my girlfriend.
Yes, he did.
Bull.
Bull?
Bull. That's exactly what I said to you.
As bull? Bull what?
As in baloney. You did the wrong thing, and you're a smart aleck.
No, I admit to doing the wrong thing.
Twice. Not once, but twice. Because aside from committing a crime, it's not a major crime, but you were a pig. Because if you wanted to go to this handicapped person's house that you were taking care of and bring him an avocado, then you take 2 avocados, maybe 3. You don't climb up.
You ever made guacamole, Your Honor? You need several.
Listen to me. I allowed you to ask me one question, which I answered. You only get one opportunity. Why don't you try listening? Your activity that you acknowledge you knew was wrong precipitated an incident, and somebody else was injured. Not her. Not her. And it was a situation that you could have extricated yourself from in a second. You chose not to do that. So you chose to violate this man's property, not once but twice. You chose to stay in the situation because you could have left. No question. You could have left. He had your plate number. You were getting into your car, take off, go to the police, say, listen, I was trespassing on this man's property, stole his property, but then he did what he shouldn't have done. He threw avocados, and my girlfriend had to deflect there because one of them almost came in the window.
It did.
Baloney.
Baloney? You weren't there.
Baloney.
How do you know that?
Your Honor, I have some doctor's reports and bills and also pictures of my injuries. And I also have retained an attorney for the criminal charges that were finally dropped.
How's your arm now?
I do have pain in it from use, like using a weed eater or a hammer to, build my little birdhouses or something like that. And sometimes it turns all white, the skin, because there's so much pain.
Did you ever see the photographs of his injuries, sir?
No, ma'am.
Well, I'd like you to take a look at them. This is what just started with your criminal activity, Mr. Snow.
There was also more taunting by the time I got myself picked up off of the curb that I landed on to cause those type of injuries to my wrist. If he denies about making jaunts or gestures, he continued this taunting at the back of the truck where I was trying to catch my breath.
There's no question in my mind that he's a smart aleck.
No.
No question in my mind. He thought the whole big deal was nothing, should have just let it go. How long have you been with him?
2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor?
Yes.
There's also police reports that go into his past where it was still on probation at the time he did this assault on me, to where he had probably on probation for aggravated assault anyway.
Is that true, Mr. Snow?
No, ma'am.
Were you on probation at the time of this incident?
No, ma'am. Not to my knowledge.
What does that mean? Had you been convicted of a crime?
No.
Well, then the answer would be absolutely not. You couldn't have been on probation or parole because you've never been convicted of a crime.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
You have proof to the contrary, Mr. Keaton?
Yes, here's
I'd just like to see it with regard to his credibility.
The Department that probably would make a lot more sense to you, and you can find what you're looking for.
Let's take a look.
There are several pages of different arrests and court cases that's been settled. I'm sorry.
Well, he's got a problem with alcohol. How many DUIs do you have, sir?
1, Your Honor.
Convicted?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what do you think a DUI is?
Driving under the influence.
It's a crime. And you were sentenced to 3 years probation.
How long ago was that?
Why are you asking me questions? What difference does it make? I said, well, you want probation? You said, I don't know. I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. Were you ever convicted of a crime? No. Well, then you couldn't have been on probation.
Well, I believe it was 98. That's why I asked you that.
What difference does it make, sir? You're playing with me.
You said 3 years, correct?
You're playing with me, sir. I asked you if you were ever convicted of a crime. You were convicted of battery. Misdemeanor battery. 3 years probation, 1 day in jail. Remember that?
Yes.
When was that?
I don't recall the date.
You had arrested as a juvenile too, Mr. Snow?
I don't recall.
There was 1 conviction for DUI, but it covered 3 cases. That sound familiar, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Snow,
yes,
it looks to me, sir, as if for the past couple of years at least, you have remained out of trouble.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the matter? It was too long a period for you?
No, ma'am.
I mean, I look at this and I see that you had trouble in 98, 99, 2000, 2001, and probably as a juvenile, because your juvenile records probably is sealed in this county, but it certainly indicates that you had a history as a juvenile. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years, you do just fine. Maybe it's her influence on you. Who knows? She said you've been together a couple of years, so maybe she's a good influence on you. What would prompt you to do something so stupid, sir?
Guacamole.
Well, that's pretty stupid.
That's what I say.
That's pretty stupid. Then I would think twice, madam. If his love for vegetables interferes,
it's a fruit, Your Honor.
If his love for fruits and vegetables interferes with his good judgment, then I would think twice about hooking my star to his wagon. Checking for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are
Judy.